Hello, what's up this afternoon, everyone? Oh no. The echo is here. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see ya. What is up? Hey, Tailspinner, you are right exactly on time. Good to see you, Affinity Discordal, Ken Adams, Necro, Nexus, Thomas Fletch, Zelda Zachbot, Stone Rain. How are you, Stone Rain? Good to see you, Side the Celery Guy Elf. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone had a spectacular weekend, and I'm pretty excited. We are checking out New Standard with some sweet new cards from Streets of New Capenna. We got some interesting looking lists to check out today. We're starting with Simic Vivien. This is a deck actually I found from an infamous small Japanese tournament, and I'm really curious. I mean, this deck has weird cards. I mean, who plays Carry? The blue Spirit Dragon. That's not a card I've seen anyone play, but I guess it's good to sack to Vivien and bounce stuff, and but it's a Vivien deck. This is full on Simic Vivien. Gonna see how good Vivien is, and then we got a bunch of other jank that we can check out. Well, maybe not super janky. There's a Rafine, which I think is actually kind of good. There's a Jund mid-rangey werewolfy deck. We got our leftover decks from early access day, Turtle Lock and Mono White Super Friends and all that stuff we haven't played. There's a Mervinda deck, which this deck looks kind of intriguing. It's kind of a feather style deck almost. We're trying to target Storm Chaser Drakes and Illuminator Virtuosos with a bunch of spells and recast them with Mervinda, but we're starting with Vivien. Vivien is number one, because I want to see if Vivien's good. I have not gotten to play Vivien, period, at all yet, and I just want to see. So hopefully everyone is doing spectacular today. Hey, what's up, Will Goodson? Good to see ya. How is everyone? Hopefully everyone had a wonderful weekend. Ooh, Yori on Panharmonicon. Has anyone actually played, Has anyone actually got to play Explorer yet? I'm curious how the Explorer format has been for people. Or are you still just playing Historic? Is Golgari relevant? I mean, Golgari, yeah. The Sacrifice decks are still good. Although I think that what we're going to see is more like Jund-style decks and less Golgari. Although the Golgari Hideaway deck, that deck's legit. I don't know if you saw Budget Magic yesterday. If you haven't, it's on the YouTube. I know it looks a little bit like a weird budget deck, but this deck just crushes people. I've still just been playing Golgari Hideaway for fun because I love Titan of Industry, and I think it's a really sweet deck, and the deck just still keeps beating people, which is spectacular. Ooh, I'm excited, Doug. I'm looking forward to it. Anna Corinda, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. I switched out to Historic and Alchemy for Explorer. Still playing Standard too. Yeah, that's more or less what I've done. I've been playing some a little bit of Explorer too. Explorer is pretty fun when you get the right matchups. There's some matchups can be annoying, but in general, I've enjoyed the format so far. Illuminator Virtuoso, favorite card from the set. Yeah, I think it's a sleeper. It's a sleeper. Been playing Rakdos second as Mob Flash. Ooh, are you playing a Mob Nixilis? Yeah, Greasefang's so busted. Yeah, so the Golgari Hideaway deck's I really like that deck. Next week's Budget Magula is going to be a good one. I'm excited about this standard. I just really enjoyed this standard. But anyway, we should do our reminders so we can get into Magic, and then we can talk about whatever, our weekends, Magic stuff, whatever y'all want to talk about. It's going to be super, super fun. So reminders, replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Ooh, how has Gates been? I haven't tried Explorer Gates yet. I played Pioneer Gates a lot. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff going up on there. Check out Golgari Hideaway, the Budget Magic. It's a fun one. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, maybe from Streets of New Capenna even, or maybe, I don't know, a Sun Petal Grove, a Crystalline Crawler, you can get them at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. If you get a free Goldfish sticker, just let them know you want one in your order notes, and they'll hook you up. Yeah, Gates is such a funny deck. Every single time, I think in every single format that I have ever played Gates, it does so well. And I don't really understand why. Like, no one really plays it. It's like the definition of a tier 3 deck that is just way under the radar. But in Standard, in Historic, in Pioneer, in Modern even, like, every time we play a great deck, we just kind of crush people. Like, I think it's actually just like a good archetype that no one really actually plays. So I'm glad to know it's working. It is about Guildgates. It's Gates. Yeah, Gates is usually like, okay, here, I will show you. Gates are really easy to build. If you build a gate deck, go to Explorer. First, go to Gates, go to Lands. You add one of every possible gate. That's step one. This is how you build gates in like 1 minute. So you had one of every possible Guildgate. So that is the start of the mana base. You had 3 or 4 Mazes Ends. Do we have a Simic Guildgate? I think, well, 2 Simic Guildgates, fine. You had a bunch of Plaza of Harmonies. That's kind of the core of the deck. And then you fill in with a couple extra Guildgates, some basic lands, maybe a couple of whatever, so you have untapped lands. And then you look for non-land cards. Why are there so many? Oh, Seagate. Seagate's throwing it off. But really, the core of the deck is Gatebreaker Ram. Gatebreaker Ram is like such a good card that no one plays. It just gets so big. So you got Gatebreaker Ram. You have Gate Colossus. That's the other big payoff for the Gate deck. Zombie, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. Not Seagate Colossus, normal Gate Colossus. Then you have Gates Ablaze. Gates Ablaze, really, really good. And then you have the card draw one. Guild Summit. And that's essentially the deck. After that, you want like Abrial Grazer. Abrial Grazers. You want probably Growth Spiral. And then you fill out with a couple of random removal spells, and you just got like a really, really strong and super budget friendly deck. Look at this deck. Even on Arena. Common, uncommon, all commons. The only rares you really need are Maze's End in Plaza of Harmony, and you got a really sweet deck. So yeah, Gates is super, super sweet. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I love Gates. Every time we talk about Gates, I get sidetracked and just go off on a tangent. Zombie, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. Yeah, I like the Gate Angel a lot in the sideboard. I normally don't main deck it. It depends on the meta. Sometimes you can main deck it. I usually play it in the sideboard. Well, let me see your Virtuoso Cell, Zyphon. So what are we starting off with today? We are Viviening in Standard. So it's a full-on Vivien deck. Almost every single card in the deck is a creature. The only non-creatures, 2 Fading Hopes, and the Vivien's itself. And essentially, we're trying to ramp into Vivien, and then we're Vivien to draw a bunch of creatures and sack creatures. We can sacrifice things that are going to die anyway, like War Chiefs to get big dragons, and sack dragons to bounce stuff and get Titans of Industries, and we got Grave Titans. We got a bunch of clones to copy our big stuff, sacrificing like a Jewel Thief to get a Mirror Hall Mimic to copy a Titan of Industry. So I am really, really curious if this deck's going to work. I have no idea. Like I said, this is infamous small Japanese tournamentville. I have not played Vivien a single time, but I'm actually super curious to see just how good it actually might be. I hope that it's good, because Vivien's a cool card. Ooh, Mono White Blitz. That looks sweet, iPhone. Clever Lumimancer is just such a fast clock when it gets going. I like it. That looks, and also very budget friendly on Arena. Super sweet. Ram Lucky Gates. Ooh, Gates and Commander. I don't know if I've ever played Commander Gates. I should build a Commander Gate deck. They're also like pretty cheap in Commander too, which is sweet. I need what Commander should I build? I need to build another Commander deck or two before Command Fest Richmond. I'm open to ideas. I kind of want to build Bullies just to stick it to Tomer, because I think he's gonna hate that card, but I should probably build decks that are real too. Ooh, Bant Angels. Let me see Stone Raid. Yeah, I think Angels, thanks to Gaida, I think they actually have some potential. I like the Elspeth plan too. Elspeth is a card that's kind of snuck up on me. I wasn't sure, like, it's 5 mana. I don't know, is it going to be good enough? But it's a card that's shown up in a lot of decks so far. Well, you know what? We got a lot of ramp. We'll keep this. Hopefully we find something to ramp into. Ego, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Exponential scaling Commander deck. I don't think so. That does not actually sound familiar. Opponent junning us out. Appears to be junning us out. Cody can be fun. It's definitely a unique commander. Oh yeah, if you can actually get a mirror box going with Gaida, whew, that's some big angels. Quasar is really neat. The only thing about Quasar is I don't really like the wheel play pattern. Like, I don't think that's super fun. So I want to build Quasar in a non-wheel way. I don't want it to just be Notion Thief, Narset wheels. Like, I don't like I don't enjoy playing against those decks, and I don't want to force other people. Quasar Lich's Mastery, that I can get behind. Anyone got a budget list for Falco Spare in Standard? I don't play a lot of Arena, but I want to have at least one deck. I haven't built a Falco deck yet. Well, let's Jeweled Thief, I guess. Where's our Viviens? We need a Vivien. Ooh, Burvac Mill. Burvac Mill seems sweet. Or Lord Xander Mill with Burvac. Go for the combo. Have I seen Dual Strike Tasha's Hideous Laughter? Yes, we actually played. Wow, this was back over the summer. Back when it was still Standard 2022. We actually played it, and it was sweet. Oh, So we can Mind Flayers it. Oh boy, it's gonna die though. We Mind Flayer steal this? Huh. What does this do? Create a token copy of a creature you control. Wait, this is a land in Standard? Why does no one play Lagerata Mirror Lake? That card actually seems good. What's first against odds? You'll find out tomorrow. We're one day away, although you can probably make a pretty good guess at it. There's one card from the set that has kind of classic against the odds text. So it should be kind of easy to figure out. Well, let's Taxidermist. Play a land. Glasspool Mimic. Copy Jewel Thief. Wow, Jewel Thief's a real card. Trample and Vigilance? Get in there, common. Hey, what's up, Doug? How are you? Halo Fountain's a pretty good guess. That's a good guess. Ooh, some Pierre the Pulverizer. I have a $100 list and a $1,000 list for Quasar. Ooh, I would probably go with the $100 list, I think. I don't think I'm going to build a $1,000 Quasar deck. Halo Fountain's a good choice. Opponent must have Meatball. 1, 2. So he can sweep everything anyway. Well, all right. Block and block. Vivien. Have you considered Halo Fountain Emery Paradox Engine? I haven't. So the problem is, and maybe I shouldn't think of it this way, but when the combo is Paradox Engine with something else, I tend to think of that as a Paradox Engine deck rather than the Against the Odds deck. So I try to stay away from that, although it is really cool that you can like kind of go pseudo infinite about it. More mirror breaking. Gonna need a Vivien. So far we've done kind of nothing. We've played a bunch of Mana Dorks and nothing. Have we been led astray by infamous small Japanese tournaments? Again. Not again. About it. Oh, there's a Vivien. Okay, so what happened? We play Vivien. We take it up to 5, and then it dies. Well, I guess we have to... Oh, please tell me you don't have removal. CO Reflections. Play this. Pass the turn. Oh, no removal. We're Simic, so we don't actually get sweepers. If we fall too far behind, we just got to catch up with creatures. Opponent discards. They didn't have removal. Come on. No removal. Oh, Mind Flayer is so risky. It's so risky. About it. Looking at their mana counting. Oh, if we untap, it's going to be sweet. That's asking a lot, though. That's a lot to ask of the Magic Gods. About it. Pass it. Oh my goodness, we did untap. Okay. So, opponent did not have removal. Oh my goodness, we have options. So, okay, what do we do now? Oh no. We have too many options. So we can Reflections of Kiki Jiki, copy the Mind Flayer, Vivien, sack the copy of Mind Flayer. All right, so we play Vivien. Vivien comes down. We play the land.
This will be over quick.
Reflections of Kiki-Jiki. Copy Mind Flayer. Oh, what's happening? Okay, so we steal Kaylin. Vivien. To get up.
Nature adapts to
Sack Kaylin. Turn it into real removal. Get a glass pool mimic. To copy Mind Flayer. To steal a goblin. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was not bad. Get in with the Mind Flayers. That was a good turn. That was a good turn. That was a very good Vivien turn. Opponent down to 16. Yes. Yes. Maybe this Vivien card's actually good. So how was everyone's weekend? Anyone do anything fun? Opponent flipping sagas. They've run so many of these. They get to filter for removal, trying to kill Mind Flayers. About it. I mean, now that we got Vivien going, unless they can kill Vivien, things are going to be sweet. Ooh, free draft for midweek magic. That's sweet. Well, there goes our Vivien, unfortunately. That's bad. That's bad news. They just draw into all the removal. Fable the Mirrorbreaker is so strong. Opponent's going off. Stealing back all their things. Wow, that Fable the Mirrorbreaker was so good for our opponent. Well, okay. Copy that. Steal Reflections of Kiki-Jiki. Play another one. Play the Taxidermist. Go attacking. Make a treasure. Kiki-Jiki battles. Kiki-Jiki battles. Opponent down to 13. Come on, no more removal. No more removal for once. I will try, Cordius. I will try. I heard they're bringing back the Pro Tour. They are. The first one isn't until the winter. But yes, and it's going to be Pioneer, which I'm excited about. Oh, chat, question for you. I've been trying to figure this out. So they added Explorer to Arena. Explorer is like half Pioneer at this point. So here's a question. Let's say... If they Wrath, I'm going to be so sad. Let's say... Opponent. No. They have the Kiki-Jiki combo with two of them copying each other. So let's say, okay, I'm getting distracted by these infinite Kiki-Jikis. There's so many Tybalt. Okay. That's frightening. Opponent. Well, we got to kill this now. We can't let Tybalt live. They're going to... Oh, boy. Okay. They probably got to kill the token, though, and then they can't cast it, which is nice. And then this... Okay, so opponent kills that. They get back the Reflections. We get to do this. Copy the Mind Flayer. Steal a Reflections of Kiki-Jiki. Again. Go to combat. Everything at Tybalt. Gotta get it off the battlefield. We got to. Get a treasure. Oh, what a wild game. I know the Let's Say is still coming, I promise. So, okay. So, every deck that is legal in Explorer is also legal in Pioneer. But every deck that's in Pioneer is not an Explorer at this point. Because we don't have all the cards on Arena. So let's say we play a deck in Explorer. Is it fair to call it a Pioneer deck? Or are there too many differences between the card pool and the meta or whatever for that to actually be a reasonable way to think about it? We don't have any Mirror Breakers. We've stolen them all from our opponent. Our opponent's drawn so many of them. That land's been really good though. This copying land has actually been key. Like I think we'd be dead if we didn't have it. Like that's keeping us in the game. Opponent. Pass it. So many taxidermists. All right, well, Reflections of Kiki-Jiki. Copy the Mind Flayer. And opponent's done! It kind of worked. It kind of worked. Too many differences in the card pool. So I guess question number 2 is, okay, let's say that I think you're probably right, that there's probably too many differences. Yeah, every Explorer deck is Pioneer legal, but not every Pioneer deck is Explorer legal. That is correct. So the second question would be, let's say you got a deck that is legal in both. Where would you prefer to see it played? Like, the other difference is Arena versus Moto, because Explorer's only on Arena, Pioneer's only on Magic Online. So where would you prefer to see it played for decks that could literally go either way? Is it better to Explorer or to Pioneer and Pioneer? I don't know. I guess we got to figure it out. Arena does look nicer, that's true. Quadralic and exponential scaling. Ooh, this deck looks pretty wild, Rooker. I like the sissy theme. What is the combo? I don't think the problem with commander decks is with 100 and singleton cards. It looks like a sweet legendary value deck, but then I am also wondering if I'm missing some obvious combo. What's the exponential scaling part of the deck? It looks really sweet though. All right, so we're up against Reflections of Kiki-Jiki primarily. Let's bring in Avabrut Caretaker, Workshop Warden. Mind Flayer was good, but we also managed to not have it die, which was probably lucky. We have so many 2-mana ram spells. Go down one of these, maybe one of these. Let's try it like that. Do a comparison of Moto, Pioneer versus Arena Explorer. Explorer isn't a real, like, that's kind of my concern. I think that's a vote in favor of Pioneer, and that's one of the things that made me nervous about Explorer, is that people would think exactly that way and be like, well, why do I care about this fake Arena format compared to a real, like, paper format? Oh, Echoing Equation. Oh, that's super sweet, Rugger. That's like such a fun card. Ginny Faye with cards like Academy Manufacturer, Gallagher's Bootlegger Stash. I'm actually playing Ginny Faye for the first new Capenna Commander Clash. Ooh, let me see, Daniel. Opponent, Prosperous Ingiba. Probably not fading hoping that. Well, slow start. No ramp. Glasgow Mimic, go. Oh, that looks sweet, Daniel. Yeah, I think that the plan of combining together multiple token producers definitely got a lot more powerful with some of the new cards from the new set. Hero Precinct 1 is a neat one. We might have enough multicolor cards to make it work now. Before, like, you kind of had to dig around a little bit to find enough good ones, but thanks to the news, I know you got more charms, Tainted Indulgence. That looks super sweet. I like it. Opponent. Depends on your audience. Do more people watch Arena videos or Moto videos? Same for streams. So on streams, I think people generally prefer Arena, but it's not. It's closer than you'd think. On YouTube, I don't think it really. I've never really noticed a clear pattern. I think people like older formats, and because older formats are only on Arena, and stuff like, and formats like Modern are some of the most popular formats that we play. People are willing to put up with Moto if it means getting to see the formats they like. Oven Grotto, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Well, cops have in SWAT have my street blocked off for an hour. No idea why. I gotta live Baltimore. Wow, that sounds a little scary. Send you a spicy Explorer deck. Decide to revisit Font of Agonies. I don't think I've ever played a Font of Agonies deck. About it. Going to kill the taxidermist. All right. A little slow. We really want that ramp there. Would have been helpful. Well, all right. More taxidermy. But our opponent's going to get this Kiki Jiki. I wondered if this egg would be better if it was like 3 colors, so it had actual removal. I wonder how big of a difference that would make. Opponent. All the removal in the world. Kiki Jiki incoming. What deck do you think is a good deck to start with for someone wanting to get into Explorer? Ooh, how's your wild card situation? I think that's the biggest question, because Arena's just such a ridiculously expensive way to play Magic. Well, let's run out. Another card that we've never played before. Carry the Swirling Sky. The blue dragon, which is going to be tough for our opponent to kill unless they have Jun Charm. If they have the Riveteer's Charm, they can get it. Otherwise, Ward 3 is kind of basically hexproof against a mana screwed opponent. So yeah, the wild card situation really matters. I think the top decks in the format. Who's a Taurus Envoy? Oh my god. Oh my god. Vivien. Check this out. Oh, check this turn out. Vivien on the hunt. Tick it up. Oh, no. Oh, I'm an idiot. We definitely should have attacked first. Feel free to yell at me, chat. Feel free to yell at me. So we get this. We get to Titan of Industry. We get to bounce this and this. Then we get to make a Rhino and blow up the reflections of Kiki Jiki. We should have had some extra damage. I got too excited about Titan of Industry. Too excited about the possibilities. Gentlemen SC, welcome to Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you. Yeah, it could be Matt. Play some Endless Detour or something. That is true. A lot of ways to play Magic are expensive. That is very true. Although, at least in a lot of ways, you can get money back out of it. Like, arena formats in particular are tricky just because you can't really get money back out of it. Yeah, let's just try to draw some cards. Oh my god, that's a draw 5. Oh my goodness. Is Vivien just busted? Oh my god. Jeez. Woo! Maybe this Vivien card's the real deal. Maybe it's the real deal. Jewel Thief, sure. Taxidermist, might as well. Land, I think so. Rootwater Creeper, maybe. Maybe Vivien's just absurd. It's at 7 loyalty, and it just drew 5. Oh, we need some goldfish branded beard care, don't we? Maybe I'll start making beard care videos. Except you don't really want my beard care routine because it's really pretty simplistic. Like, wash it like you do your hair. You know, comb it every once in a while. Fiddle with it while you're playing Magic. Like, that's all there is to it. There's not really a lot to it. Question for chat. How many of you actively manage your paper collection versus just buying? So, I should say, if this is in relation to the fact that, like, arena cards don't have value, but paper cards do, I will say, I don't think a lot of people actively manage their collection, but... Oh, this is going to be sweet. Oh, this is going to be so sweet. So, hang on. Let me come back to that. We got some Blitz Thrag Tusking to do. Boom. Blitz it. Gain some life. Smack you. Vivien. Tick it up. Yes, please. Sack it.
Watch evolution work its
We will get a... You know what? Let's say Caretaker. Caretaker's sweet. And then we make a Rhino. And then we draw a card. And then we find more Viviens. Okay, Taxidermist. Tap land. All right. All right, your go, opponent. Your go, opponent. So I will say, I don't think a lot of people actively manage their collection. But I do know plenty of people who, like, eventually they play Magic. Eventually they like don't play as much, or they grow up and start doing other things, and then they are like, I have all these dual lands. I'm trying to buy a house or a car or something. I'll sell some of my cards and I'll put it as a down payment on a house. So I think that even if you don't actively manage your collection, the fact that your cards have real value, I think is definitely a positive for paper compared to Arena, when that's just not ever going to happen on Arena. You can never be like, oh, I got bills to pay, I don't want to do this, but I'll take in, sell my dual lands or whatever. Like, but in paper, that's the thing you can actually do. Wow, that was insane. That was so good. That was way better than expected. Maybe Vivien's actually just a real card. I mean, that went well, and our opponent was not playing like some horrible. Oh my goodness. Okay, so chat, do you think Richard should buy the original art to Exotic Pets? If you don't know Exotic Pets, it's the fish card. It's a fish card. The original art is up for sale. It's this one. It kind of looks like a goldfish. Right now, I mean, original Magic art is pretty expensive. I think right now this one's going for $2,800. It's like in auction, so it could. I think a lot of times they go for even more than that. I remember when they printed Hans. I seriously considered. I don't own any original Magic art. I seriously considered trying to get Hans, and then it went for like $15K or something. And as cool as it would be, I would not get $15,000 of enjoyment out of having the original. I would get, you know what I would get? I would get, $15 of enjoyment out of a print that is not the original art. But yeah, I know. I mean, it's so perfect for goldfish. Hang it up at the headquarters, which is, I guess, Richard's garage. But hang it up at the headquarters. It's got a goldfish on it. It can be in the background of the podcast. I think it's a good investment. I'm trying to talk him into it. I don't think he'll actually do it, because I think Richard is probably also, like me, not super enthused about the idea of spending thousands of dollars on a piece of original Magic art, but I'm trying to convince him to do it. If you ever need oh my goodness. Oh no, chat. Oh, chat. Okay, avert your eyes, chat. I gave you a heads up. Give me like 10 seconds. Everyone close their eyes on your honor. Because you're not going to be happy about how full the desktop is today. Although, in my defense, there's room for a solid 5 icons right here. Once that's full, then we're actually in trouble. But for now, and there's also a little square up here. That's another like 6 at least, maybe 9. So there's actually still a lot of space. There's still a lot of space, so don't give me that, chat. Don't give me that. I know you didn't avert your eyes like I told you. Cheater. No peeking. No peeking. I'm gonna go to desktop jail. 5 icons. That'll last me a whole another week. I don't know why everyone has such a hard time with the icon thing. I don't know that mattered to so many people. If it were a dog, I'd have to put it down. About it, sure. Double op Nixless makes a token. Well, this doesn't look great. Wow, this doesn't look great at all. So we can Fading Hope, bounce the Devil. Gotta keep the Vivien. That's what it's all about. Play the land. Play Taxidermist. Kill an Obnixilus. Well, 1 down. Copy to go. Why don't you just make folders? Too hard to find stuff. Who's got time to click through folders? If you just put it on your desktop, it's always right there. After, 5 or 10 minutes of sorting through all the random icons that you don't remember why you put them there to begin with, but everything is easily accessible somewhere in that huge pile. About it. More devils. You work for me now, runt. I have not played any Streets of New Capenna in Modern yet. I've been waiting for the loan programs to get the cards in. They didn't have them over the weekend, and then I've been playing standard stuff. So I haven't yet, but that is at the top of my list to do for a Modern video or stream. Among there's a few things we got to try modern. They're going to be sweet from the set, but yeah. So soon. Opponent. Now Mimic. We actually kind of needed that land to get Vivien down. Copy Taxidermist. No attacks. About it untaps. I feel like I need to come over and show you how to organize your desktop. Good luck. Chat's been trying to get me to do that for years now. Hey, Seth, I've been brewing around Cross Defense Contractor as a Bant Control board style commander. What do you think? So honestly, let me look up Cross again. There's so many new commander cards that it takes me a little while to remember what they all do. We get so many these days. Cross Defense Contractor, 4 mana, 2/4 Cat Advisor. Maybe your upkeep put a shield counter on target creature an opponent controls. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature you don't control, tap that creature and go to it gains trample until your next turn. I mean, that sounds sweet. Oh, gee. Opponents just got all the removal in the world. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I guess we're just dead. Oh, and now we see Lajara Mirror Lake just be horrible. Opponents just got too much removal. That is the problem with this Mana Dork plan is, like, they do die, and our opponent has shown that they have ample removal. I guess we start discarding. Oh, Vivien's just gonna be too slow. Yeah, Cross is a cool card. Should Corpse Explosion the desktop? Hey, what's up, Winter Milan? How are you? Hello. Desktop organization stream. So how would you organize the desktop? I'm actually curious. What is our possible way out of this? I'm not sure there is one. I guess it's probably Grave Titan or Tovolar's Huntmaster to flood the board. Like, maybe if we draw an untapped land. This was looking like it had potential too until our opponent killed multiple Mana Dorks. And it's another Mana Dork, and now we're officially dead. Well, I mean, Vivien's expensive. And the Mana Dorks are supposed to get us there, but if they die, they don't do their job. You can do your mess if you throw everything in a folder. I mean, that's my current technique. I just, like, once it builds up enough, I just take in do a desktop dump folder and toss it all in there, and then after like a couple months, if I don't ever open that file or folder, I'm like, yeah, okay, I probably don't need that, and then I just dump it. That's my current technique. All right, here we go. I've been brewing in standard around green-white mid-range with Elspeth and Storm the Festival. Ooh, like a Look the Top toolbox deck. Look the Top. I'm not sure what Look the Top means, but that sounds sweet. I think Elspeth Storm the Festival, definitely, those are powerful cards. All right, Jewel Thief is like a Mana Dork that doesn't die, which is good. And we got the Vivien. There is non-Mana Dork ramp, but Vivien really wants as many creatures as possible. For a Vivien deck, the non-Mana Dork ramp isn't super good. Also, Vivien it needs as many creatures as possible. That draw 5 we got, like, once you start cutting Mana Dorks and stuff, the draw becomes worse, the sacrifice becomes worse, just everything gets worse. So, have you tried Birthing Brood in Modern yet? Not yet. It is, I want to try to build a Vivien Planebound Accomplice deck, because people have been talking about that combo. I don't know if it's going to be good. It should be able to win some games at least. It'll probably be sweet when it works. But if they duress, I'm going to cry because we have like no non-creatures in our deck. That would be so brutal to lose Vivien to a duress against this deck. There's like 35 creatures or something insane. Oh. Wow. Opponents rewarded for quite literally the worst possible sideboarding choice they've ever made. Wow, I can't believe they got paid off for that. Here's a link to my Yarian 8 Panharmonicon deck. Ooh. I do love me some Panharmonicons. That looks sweet. Cloud Blazer, Panharmonicon All-Star, Gonti, That looks very solid. I like it. What's happening over here? Velki. Yeah, that looks good. That looks like a really good Panharmonicon. I Touch the Spirit Realm, such a good card. Perfect for a deck like that too. What commanders are you guys planning to play for tomorrow's Commander Clash? So opponent continuing to strip our hand. Oh, I wanted that Vivien so much. I wonder if there's a better way to build this deck. Like, Vivien is just that one game. I think Vivien's worth it. I think Vivien's worth building around. The question is, like, probably is Bant just better? Then you have, like, Skyclaves and Brutal Cathars and Removal. The Great Destroyer, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup chip for you. Thank you. So, tomorrow's Commander Clash. It is the first Streets into Capenna edition. Do you have any predictions? Give me your guesses as to what commanders people snapped off. Opponent killing our stuff still. Well, we'll play a Taxidermist. Yeah, I almost think, I mean, this deck, we've only played 2 games, so definitely not being critical of the deck, but removal's never a bad thing. We see that from our opponent's side. Like, if our opponent was not full of removal and illogical duresses, things would be a lot easier. Wow, I actually am playing Jenny Faye. Although, so we planned out, I think we're doing 3 episodes of Streets of New Capenna because there's so many commanders. So I was going to play Jenny Faye for the first episode, but someone else is playing a Naya deck. Phil Snake Jetmir. So Phil's playing Jetmir. Yeah, you don't get the ETB. Phil's playing Jetmir, so I decided to switch it up and play something different for the first episode, and then I'll play Jenny in a future episode. Well, all right. Workshop Warchief. Florahedron is a land past the turn. All right, Thragtusk. Save us, Thragtusk. Krim is not in this season, though. So it's me and Richard and Tomer and Phil. So actually, I ended up getting Xander. So Xander is one of my other ones. Those are 2 of my 3, Xander and Jenny Faye. You feel this annoyance. Ooh, Grave Titan. Grave Titan's pretty good. Well, yes, let's play Grave Titan. Attack your Sorin. Opponent blocks. I mean, opponent needs a sweeper. They need a sweeper. Blocks and blocks. Well, sure, we'll get back our Jewel Thief. Opponent and a Rhino. Pass the turn. Opponent needs a sweeper. Do they have a sweeper? Have you built Xander yet? I have. I spent the weekend working on all my new SNC deck. So I did build my Xander deck. I might still update it some, but I did not go the if you look at like EDH Rec, a lot of the decks are like control decks. I don't really enjoy playing control decks in Commander. So I want to avoid being just like a full on like Grixis Crim deck that just happened to have Xander. So I went a little bit of a different direction, but I think a good one. I went a kind of a Panharmonicon-y style Xander deck, which probably is not as competitive as like the control build, but it's still like really fun because clones work really well with Xander, and clones also work really well with ETB stuff, Null Drifters, Clone Effect. So I kind of went so far. I've been going that direction. Like I said, still might make updates, but. Are the pre-con commanders on Moto yet? Nope. Probably, excuse me, probably never, honestly. Or probably like a year from now. It takes them a really long time to actually get them on there. So, okay, this is, you know what, I think we blitz this. We really would like this Sorin to die. Attack Sorin. Attack Sorin. Attack our opponent. Attack our opponent. How do we make this attack? So opponent needs to... Oh boy, that's got to go with Sorin too. You know what? Yeah, let's make sure this Sorin dies. We can't have our opponent drawing all these extra cards. That would be very bad. Did they announce that Daybreak wasn't planning on bringing anything but Premier sets to Moto going forward? No. They announced some of the pre-con cards that are coming. Some of them are there. There's like a handful of the easy ones, but none of the new legends are actually there. Ooh, I actually got Quasar too, Doug. But I do not want to build a wheel deck. That was the rule when I got Quasar. I was like, I'll play Quasar because I think Quasar is sweet, but I'm not gonna build a Notion Thief wheel. Oh, that's just not my style. Quasar's the new Esper. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses a life commander. So a lot of people build it as like a wheel commander with Notion Thieves and Narsats and Windfalls and Dark Deals and all that stuff. But I don't wanna go that direction. Is it a Sphinx? Maybe it's a Sphinx. I actually didn't even look at it. It's a Cephalid Advisor. 4 mana, 3/4. Cephalid Advisor. When you draw a card, target opponent loses life, you gain a life. I think I'm gonna combo it with Lich's Mastery and build like a Esper life gain deck. That's what I'm leaning towards. Yeah, the uncommon one. All right, opponent goes after the Taxidermist. We might just be winning this. You know what we could use? We could use a Vivien to replace the one that our opponent stole from our hand. Obnixilis doesn't look very good here. I mean, our opponent can do it, but... Alright, sure. Don't they just kind of lose their stuff, though? Makes a devil.
My goons will make quick work
And...
of you.
Ticks up for no value? Yup. Sure. Down to 17. Oh, Titan of Industry, but we need the manas. We need the manas. All right, so go to combat. Attack. 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 Our opponent can figure it out. My green-white mid-range list, but 6 of 4 playing best of 3 with 60 cards, no side so far. This list played 2 copies of Elspeth, but I think it should be 3. Ooh. Wait, are you just gonna let it go? Yeah, green-white mid-range I think has some potential. These removal creatures are so good. Like, they're so good. Those are the cards that would make me most want to splash into Matt. It's just Brutal Cathar and Skyclave are just so good. Wow, opponent does just take it. I don't know if playing the Obnixilis was worth it in that case. Well, let's Jewel Thief. Was thinking about passing and flipping Huntmaster, but that's fine. We can't let the Obnixilises live, though. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's probably an argument to just going after the opponent. Obnixilis, it is good at gumming up the board, which is what I'm a little concerned about. For Xander, please tell me you have Sir Conrad. Yes, I do have Sir Conrad. Sir Conrad's super sweet for Xander. And of course, like, even though it's a Panharmonicon deck, I still got some of the Xander synergies. Like, apart from just doubling its triggers. But, like, Burvac is just really easy combo or whatever. So it's easy enough to throw stuff like that in there. In your opinion, is the new Secret Lair worth the price? I mean, 8 cards is pretty good, right? Oh, the new Secret Lair is sweet. Yes, it is worth the price. If you look at the Secret Lair drop, actually, let me pull it up because I think this is actually a good buy for one big reason. So opponent, wedding announcement, flips it. Yeah, bounce the Velky. Get back our drag. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. That's what we were looking for. Well, go to combat. Smack ya. Literally everything. Going at the face. This should be good. We found the Vivien. That's a card we were missing. That's a card we were waiting for. So the oh. All right. That's good for our opponent. Wandering Emperor, very, very good card. Exiles our Grave Titan. That is problematic. Opponent blocks. And blocks. Wow, this is actually kind of a blowout, isn't it? And they're going to be able to play this Tibalt if they draw land. Ugh. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Opponent does a bunch of blocking. Drops to 20. Pings the Jeweled Thief. Oh. All right. I guess it's Rhino time. Vivien. Rhino. Yo. So the reason why this is I think a very good buy is, if you look at the cards, Triumphant Reckoning's a few bucks, Savor the Moment, 15 bucks. But the big one is Mana Confluence. Mana Confluence is a $40 card. It's a $40 card. Hey, what's up, Labrador? How are you? It's a $40 card. The Lair drop costs $40. So essentially, if you need Mana Confluence, this gets you a really sweet looking Mana Confluence. And then you're getting all this other stuff is essentially a bonus, including a $15 Savor the Moment. So I feel like that's worth it. Opponent gonna go attacking. Yeah, I guess we kill it. Wait, what was the punt? How do we punt? I'm confused. Oh, that was a punt. Oh, this has... Oh. Well, maybe that's not a punt. Vivien's still pretty good. Oh, opponent top deck the land, too. This is...
Let's play a little game.
kind of going right in our opponent's favor here. This is so awkward. Actually, no, I think this works. So Mind Flayer, Steel Skyclave, Sack Skyclave.
Oh, listen. Something bigger's coming.
Get... Wait, when is our opponent going to get the token? We should be able to steal the token, right? Oh, we get the token anyway. It's the card's owner. Oh, that's even better. Yes. Okay, in that case, we'll just take Quandrix Cultivator. We get the token since we owned it. Yes, we'll get a land to fix our mana. And then we'll smack your... I guess kill the Wandering Emperor. All right, Wandering Emperor down. Opponent still got Tibalt, which is very, very scary. Very, very scary. Opponent. No rats. We gotta get rid of this Tibalt. Opponent. Land. Tenacious Underdog. They can take up the Tibalt and look for goodies. Takes it up. Land and... Oh, okay, land and land. That's fine. That's fine. If we kill the Tibalt, we should be good. We should be good. Will you play Legacy? I see the Joe Dyer article deck is looking so sweet. Wait, what Legacy deck? We do play Legacy on occasion. How do Europeans have such better prices on cards? I've never really understood that. And also, if cards are like half price over in Europe, why is no one exploiting that for a profit? It seems like if your cards are $20 and they're $40 here, it'd be easy to actually end up making money off that. Huh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We gotta kill the Tybalt. How do we kill the Tybalt? This might be better. We can Reflections Mind Flayer. Steal the Cultivator. And then sack the Cultivator. Get a Workshop War Chief. Play the land. Everything at this Tybalt. Boy, we have spent so much damage on... we have spent so much damage on Planeswalkers. It's ridiculous. You should see the Saudi prices on English cards. Picked up a Nimble Pilfer alt foil for like 45. Wow, it's like, that's like $100-something card here. That's ridiculous. I'm living in the wrong country as a Magic player, apparently. Why is card so much cheaper in non-North American places? I'm really curious. Like, what would the difference be? I really want to make a Jeskai Fish Fling. Beating with a big fish, then flinging it for the win. Ooh. Wait, what's the fish in that sentence? We might be good. Tenacious Blitz that underdog. Sure. Sure. Opponent gets in. We will block it. Yo, and leave! And also, McGarry. Hey, McGarry, how are you? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Oh, it's just lower demand? Like, Magic's not as popular? Yeah, okay. That makes sense. How... that's something I've never really looked into that much. Oh, with the exotic pets. Yeah, that sounds hilarious. How popular is Magic in your country? If you're outside of... Oh... Meatball. If you're outside of the U.S., how popular is Magic where you're from? Well, okay. Blitz the War Chief. War Chief's been really good. Very solid. Attack you. And Exacties! That's what a hasty Thragtusk can do. Arcane Bombardment's coming. That one's definitely coming. I haven't. Oh, I guess Facebreaker's showing up in some decks too. Those are both actually coming. Didn't really build around Facebreaker in any deck, but it is index. The most expensive card I own. So, okay, what product was coming out? Do you remember? I can't remember the name of this product. So they announced it was a Planeswalker product where you like paid $300 and it had special Planeswalkers in it. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. I want to say around Ravnica, maybe when we went back to Ravnica the third time. I can't remember what it was called. There's so many products these days, but it was like these special Planeswalkers. Give Wizards $300, you get these special Planeswalkers. One of those direct through Wizards Mythic Edition, Ravnica Mythic Edition. Yes. So when that came out, when Mythic Edition came out, there was a big conversation about whether it was worth it, and someone on Twitter, Jeremy Missouri MTG. I had tweeted, like, not knowing if it was worth it, and he tweeted and said, well, if you just send me $300, I'll give you something that's better than that. And I said, oh, I know Jeremy, he's a good guy. I'll take the chance. I'm not really, like, in general, grab bag type products are like the worst, and they're just usually always scams. But because I knew Jeremy, I was like, you know what, this will be kind of fun. So I did it. I sent him $300 and ended up getting a beta demonic tutor, which I think, and also a Mox a Mox Diamond, which I think are the 2 most expensive cards that I own at this point. With yeah, it was Jeremy's Mythic Edition. With I think the Demonic Tutor, it's hard to tell with like beta stuff because it's so condition based, but it's probably like around 1,000, give or take, something like that. And then the Mox Diamond's actually pretty expensive now too. So those are the 2 most expensive cards that I own from this random pseudo grab bag, but it worked out. Whoa, we have a new donation, a huge donation. McGarry, $100 donation. Recently, the Shambling Guest iTwitch Sax deck have fallen off, and the only sacrifice strategies are focused around Oni-Call Anvil. Do you think the Learn Lesson package is done in Standard, and that it was only viable with a smaller card pool? Whew, that's actually a very good question. No. I'm gonna go with no. So it was popular up to not that long ago, and we had a pretty big standard. We had 6 sets, 7 sets. Now we're at full size. So I don't think that's actually a pretty decent draw. Actually, let's play Ottawa. Get down Ottawa. Cultivator for a land. But I think that it's the artifact plan is just so repeatable and hard to deal with, and it doesn't really work well with the Shambling Gas plan. So I don't think it's a case where the Learn Lesson plan is bad. I think it's just that the artifact plan has proven to be really good. So I think that the Learn Lesson plan is still viable. It's just not the best thing going. Oh, Beta Demonic Tutor is only 550. Oh no. Maybe it's not worth as much as I thought. Let me look this up. Oh, okay. So it's probably one of those cases where you can find them. You could probably find them for a lot cheaper. So it's TCG mid comes up at 1,000, but if you actually like dig around on TCG, well, I don't even know. It's so tough with these older cards. Like if you want a near mint copy, you're gonna be paying close to 2,000. If you're okay with heavily played, you can get them, or damage, you can get from 500 to 700. I mean, who knows? The old cards, it's so much about condition that it's really tough to know the exact price. 1, 2, 3. Well, I've never actually had this card in play, but I want to because I want to see how it works. Let's play an Overbrook Caretaker and grow Condrix Cultivator and hit you for 5. How good is Overbrook Caretaker? Hey, what's up, Mr. Simic? How are you? Opponent. Surprised how expensive Mycosynth Lattice has gotten. Got a few ages ago when it was cheaper. Now it's close to 200 in Australia. Ooh. Yeah, it got expensive for a while because it comboed with Karn, and then they banned it in Modern. Opponents. This is not where Obnixilis is gonna shine. No. This is bad Obnixilis. Obnixilis about to get whacked, I think. Yosef, it's funny to me that cooking Asian chicken and veggies so well as my Asian household was eating it even though I made it. Wait, it's funny to me that I cooked Asian chicken and veggies so well that my Asian household was eating it even though I made it for my own lunch. Ooh. So what is Asian chicken? What separates that from, like, what's the hallmark of Asian chicken? When I think Asian chicken, I guess I think like sesame chicken from the Chinese restaurant, but I'm sure that's not actually exactly the same as Asian chicken. I'm actually curious though. I'm not the most adventurous eater. Give me my fries. Give me my burgers. You had an unlimited Lotus. Ooh, all the spices and stuff. Interesting. I'll have to try it. That sounds good. Well, we got a Vivien. Vivien's very good. Opponent's got a bunch of 2/2s, which is awkward. I'll play the land. Actually, wait. Oh, this is not legendary. Golly gee. All right, Mirror Hall Mimic. We're gonna copy this Caretaker. Taxidermist. And let's grow each other. And attacking Obnixilis. Double Caretaker is kind of insane. We might be winning this now. Opponent blocks. Sure. I mean, if they grow each other enough, they're not going to be able to kill it with a Meat Hook Massacre. And if they can't kill it with a Meat Hook Massacre, I don't know how you're getting rid of these. I guess, I don't know. I don't think there's a way about it. Taking up Mob Nixilis. We'll take it to 16. You need something more than that. We'll take it down to 14. And if these ever flip, I'm glad. I mean, spoilers over for like a minute, right? Let me see. When do Commander Legends 2 spoilers start? May 16th. So we have 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks of normalcy, and then right back at it. Hey, what's up, Horatio? Good to see ya. Yeah, I guess I could have Doomscar. That is a possibility. I'll play Vivien.
Power of the Arcbow? This'll be over.
Pick it up. This is kind of hilarious.
Watch
Sack.
magic.
Glasspool Mimic. Copy a Caretaker. Go to combat. Get some triggers. Oh my god. Three Abafront Caretakers. Attack Obnixilis. Opponent. That is a wall of Caretakers. Caretaker Tron assembled. Oh. Hey, good luck, Labrador. Good to see you. Good luck with your studies. Phone it. Vlogs. And I mean, at some point, we're going to have to get rid of these obs, or they are just going to drain us out of the game, which is awkward. You know what would be nice would be these flipping. If they flip and start hitting everything, it's going to be so good. Opponent. Taking a Bob. Well, okay. Discard. Northern Vanguard. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription for the 39-month Big Scoops here for you. Thank you.
Pleasure doing business.
You're right. So we can only flip one of them at the moment. This actually has a backside. Because of Disturbed. I still don't think that's actually... What happens when you try to flip something that actually does have a backside? Normally you can't flip because there's no backside. But this actually has a backside. Yeah, so the ones that don't have a backside definitely do not flip. Oh, it flipped. Oh my god, it flipped. So this one flipped. These ones just don't flip. Everything has hexproof. Everything. You know what? We can just keep making caretakers. So we're going to Vivien. Okay, first, tap this for mana. Vivien. This is just too funny to pass up. Sack the Taxidermist.
Life begets life.
Copy. And then Lejaramir Lake. Copy. This might be the best thing we've ever done. 5! That's 5 of them. All right, grow that. Grow that. All right, they're big. They're biggins. Attack you. Attack you. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, do a little attacking. Just a little. Get in there. This is the best board ever. It's so good. Opponent, Chubbs. Chubbs. Sure. And wow, what a great board. Is there a Panharmonicon style effect in this deck? There's not. There's not even one in standard, honestly. Opponent does something, I don't know what. We will pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Oh my god. Opponent. I mean, they need a hard wrath. There's no way you're meatballing away these caretakers. So good. Opponent thought their 2 Obnixiluses were gonna carry, but our 5 Avabra caretakers. There is Panharmonicon, that's true. And you can kind of like copy some stuff. There's ways to like copy something, but there's no just like Panharmonicon. All right, so. This is the Ghastly Mimic. Vivien. Opponent's not giving up. Okay, so we Vivien. Oh, this is even better. Sack a caretaker.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
Titan of Industry. Gain 5. Blow up a wedding announcement. Back up to 17. Now, we Ghastly Mimic, so we get a copy every turn. Get some triggers. Grow it. Grow them all. And, yeah, attack ya. Attack ya. Attack ya. I don't know if our opponent's getting out of this one. Maybe this deck is just super sweet. I can't pass up making more of these. It's just too good. It's too funny. Own it. Does some jumping. Sure. Watch him just having hard wrath. Watch him actually have a hard wrath and then we just lose. That is a thing that could happen. They could actually have like a Doomscar, something, blood on the snow. They're so big about it. These obs are doing nothing. They're just not big enough. They're not good enough. They could have depopulate or something. Oh yeah, I mean, we're growing single creatures that are as big as our opponent's life total now. Like even through all this life gain, opponent makes a devil. Yeah, blood on the snow without snow lands would be unlikely. Yeah, we'll just discard a land. We need more clones. We need more clones. Oh, a Kadama would be sweet. I mean, that's the other thing. This isn't super toolboxy, but we could definitely make this more of a toolbox deck. Yeah, how are they going to ult, though? Their creatures are too small. About it. Yes, we will make a Hunt Master. Well, let's just draw some cards with Vivien this time.
Look around.
Ugh, not many.
Everywhere.
Draw some cards. Play a land. Go to combat. You know what does have trample? Titan of Industry. That one does. And this has gotta do it, right? This has gotta do it. Swing with everything. This has gotta do it. Look at how big those things are. This has gotta do it. Opponent blocks. I think this finally does it. What a wild game. About it. Takes a casual 60. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That would have been so brutal. Thankfully it's not in standard. Okay. Maybe the lack of real removal is not a problem for this deck. That was absurd. Vivien is very much impressing me. Like maybe Vivien's actually a good card. Do you think you could build an all Planeswalker deck, no other card types beside lands, in Commander or in Modern? You seem like the perfect person to experiment with this. You definitely can. There are enough Planeswalkers to do it. why does everything have hexproof? So we had many Avabrick caretakers, and once it flips, it has hexproof. It gets everything hexproof and puts 2+1/+1 counters on everything at the beginning of combat on our turn. So, and we had 4 of them, either flipped or unflipped. So yeah, that was making our entire team hexproof. The only problem with the all planeswalker deck is without having extra stuff, it's probably going to be hard for it to be super competitive. But if you just want to do it for fun, I think you can kind of go a long ways. Like a good example of this would be the Karth. Let me see. So the Karth deck is, I think, a good example. We build a budget Karth deck, and it's mostly Planeswalkers, but it's not all Planeswalkers because they got a little bit removal. Traditionally, you also like ramp in these decks. We didn't really have it like the Arboralfs or whatever. We're playing some rampant grows and so forth. But that's the kind of stuff you really need because Planeswalkers are kind of expensive. So building a mostly Planeswalker deck, you can build some really powerful decks. Building an all Planeswalker deck, you can definitely do it, but I don't think it's going to be super powerful because you're not going to have all the removal in the ramp that would really help you get your Planeswalkers going. Is there anything in this set that would go well in Gates? The hard part about Gates is it's a very, I don't want to say parasitic, but maybe it's a parasitic deck. Essentially, the problem with Gates is unless it says Gates on it, you're really like looking for maybe removal, maybe some card draw, maybe a Triome in the mana base. But because Gates cares so heavily about Gates, really tough to cut cards that care about Gates and are Gates to play cards that don't care about Gates. So you have a few flex slots, like in the removal slots or whatever. So all that to say, I don't think really. Although, are you talking about, what format are you talking about? Are you thinking about playing Gates in, let's just play this tapped. What format are you thinking about playing Gates in? There are rumors swirling and leaks swirling that maybe we're getting more Gate support in the new Commander Legends set. Oh, that wouldn't help for Pioneer though. Opponent. Well, this will be interesting. Mono red with us being on the draw. That does scare me. We might be just getting run over here. Are we finally going to lose a game with our Vivians? Why no Explorer Elf? Just out of curiosity. I've been trying to figure out what people are playing and what people prefer between Pioneer and Explorer. All right, gonna reconfigure. And reconfigure. Well, that's not good. Well, play a land. Quandrix Cultivator. Grab a land. Are we just going to be too slow? This is where having a removal spell would be really, really helpful. About it. Bloodfell Cave. We're losing to budget. We're getting budget beat down. Budget mono red beat down. Maybe Rakdos. About it. Still, avoiding arena, that makes sense. Ooh, what is your blink deck question, Magikarp? Opponent. Yeah, we're taking 6. Can't really do anything about that. Down to 7. Very close to dead. Ooh. I'll play the land on blue. How do we get out of this? Can we get out of this? So wait, this can only do once each turn. Choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. So we should be able to block with something. All right, let's Jewel Thief. Make a treasure. Get a blocker. And then Mirror Hole Mimic. We might just get burned out. That's possible. Quandrix Cultivator. Well, hopefully we got enough creature that they can't make them all coward. Wait, did you ask my favorite species of fish? Oh, I said this is my favorite species of fish. Oh, pass the turn. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I have a favorite species of fish. About it. What do you think of that? So I know this was not very popular, but I was thinking, Now that they have that wild card bundle on, ooh, it's sushi. Now that they have that wild card bundle on Arena, what do you think of that being kind of our rough budget price for Arena? Like, you can, if you want to play this deck, you can buy the wild card bundle, and that'll give you everything you need to. That'll give you everything you need to play the deck. I know it's horrible and it's overpriced and all that stuff, but maybe it gives us a way to define budget, which has always been a problem on Arena. Yeah, they should have hasted in sushi there. Wait, what was your question, Magikarp? I feel like I missed your question. Yeah, I know it's overpriced, but it might be. Wait, how do we yoink? All right, yeah, let's yoink. Vivien. I think we're gonna yoink at sushi. So play Vivien. Sack a cultivator. Get a mind flayer.
If you want to scrap, let's scrap.
Are we stabilizing with the power of Vivien on the hunt? $50 is not budget even in paper.
To any environment.
Oh boy. Oh dear. I mean, you're probably correct, but in the realm of Magic deck costs, I think it sadly kind of is. Like, I know that's so much money to spend for a game, but you could buy a like AAA game for $60 or whatever. So I know in the real world it's not, but in the world of crazy Magic prices, like when decks cost $500, $1,000, 50 is like kind of cheap comparatively. Not saying it's cheap, obviously, but do you like sushi, chat? You know, the one thing that might actually be worse than anchovies on pizza is probably sushi. Sushi is so incredibly disgusting. Anchovies are probably still worse, but anchovies are close. What is your least favorite food, chat? We always talk about the foods that I don't like. What is your least favorite food? There's gotta be something. Hit ya. Go. No, not sushi on pizza. Anchovies on pizza. Probably the worst thing I ever ate. But sushi is also in the same tier, I think, as far as foods that I really don't like. Oh, I also do not like mushrooms. Sloppy Joes. Oh my goodness. Sloppy Joes I used to kind of like them when I was a kid. Not to say they're good, but I used to kind of like them. Wow, and now we can sack the sushi? Also gonna be sweet. Opponent kills the Mind Flayer, hits us out of cards, gets back the Itsushi. All right. That's bad for the moment. But we have hope. You're gonna need to gain some life at some point. Opponent's out of cards, which is big. Wow, this thing is a problem. Okay, so Vivien. Sack Cultivator.
Watch evolution work its magic.
Get a Mind Flayer. Steal at sushi. And then this land, this Lajara Mirror, like, why does no one play this? I'm worried about playing a creature and going to 3 because of the Cemetery Gatekeeper. If we go to 3, there's cards that just burn us out. So I'm trying to play around that, essentially. Copy Mind Flayer. Steal the Gatekeeper. That land's so good. The land is like legitimately so good. Get in with the Jewel Thief. And now we can use Vivien to sacrifice the Cemetery Gatekeeper, and then we can go back to playing our hand. Yeah, that's the goal, is not take damage here so we don't get burnt out, and then sack this, and then we can play our hand out. Do I like teriyaki chicken? Teriyaki chicken's okay. It's not one of my favorite, but it's okay. It's okay. This deck is the clones are so sweet. Wow. All right. Well, maybe we gotta, to the top? Huh. Can we win this turn? Huh? Getting frisky? This is not a wise attack, opponent. This is not a wise attack. No, 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 no. Oh, I don't think there's any seafood. Okay, opponent realized it's not a wise attack. I don't think there's any seafood that I like, actually. I can't think of any seafood that I like. 1, 2, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That looks like lethal. We sack Gatekeeper, we get a clone for Mind Flayer, steal the Intimidator. Oh, and this has haste too. Yeah, it's super lethal. I think we got him. Wow, I actually like kind of love this deck now. This is like just a super unique deck, and it does so many super unique things. So now we get this sweet line: Vivien, take it up, sack the Gatekeeper. Get rid of that, so we stop taking damage. We get Glasspool Mimic. We copy Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer steals Intimidator, and then we smack you for a few million, and that's a game. That's a game. Calamari now. No, no, no. Not calamari. Not shrimp. Not shrimp. Not crabs. I don't really like fish in general. There's really... I can't think of any. I can't think of any seafood that I like actively enjoy. Attack you? Kill you? Scallops? No. I don't know if I've ever had scallops, actually. I wish I liked seafood, because I know seafood's really healthy. So it's something I wish I liked, but... Oh, the Burger Plays the GP and aggro was good. I don't remember the name of it. Are any of you going to Richmond, by the way? To Magic Fest Richmond? All right. What does this do? I've never seen this card before. When it enters the battlefield, choose one. Why? Oh, I guess it's probably a mana value thing to get to the Mind Flayer, but enters the battlefield, fights a zombie an opponent controls. I didn't know that was a card. Fights a zombie. Fights a zombie. Oh, am I going to Vegas? Sadly, no. I love going to Vegas. Vegas is my favorite trip to go on, but I don't think I can do 2 weekends in a row, unfortunately. So if there's a Vegas later in the year, yes, I would love to go, but I don't think I can do... If it wasn't the weekend, I wish it was like a month after. If it was a month after Richmond, I would go, but... It's very next weekend, and I got Bear. Bear doesn't do well. Bear really likes me to be around. I'm curious how he's going to do with me being on for a while. But I got Bear and content and all that stuff, so I don't think I can do 2 weekends in a row, unfortunately. Opponent. What is Zoidberg on Futurama? Calamari. Opponent. Reinforced Ronin. If Richard weren't a brand new dad, would he be coming too? Most likely. I think that would be very likely, but the timing's not very good for Richard, especially this one's way across the country for him. So it's a long trip and new baby stuff. But yeah, if he didn't have a newborn, I think it would be much more likely. Should this deck have a second 7-drop in case you draw it? Possibly. We can look at the mana curve. I'm curious if there's other 7-drops. I mean, there obviously are, but curious if another 7-drop would be worth it. I wonder if an 8-drop could be worth it, if there's any argument to just keep going right on up the curve. Let's Taxidermist. Stop beating us down with this Ronin, opponent. Opponent kept 1 land Ronin, and it's dealing a lot of damage. And we are not stopping. Here it comes. Ooh, Jin would be brutal. Yeah, Coma's pretty good. Although Titan Industry is a bomb. If you didn't watch the Hideaway deck on the YouTube for Budget Magic, Titan Industry is so impressive. That card's just so impressive. Hullbreaker is very good. Although I like Hullbreaker more in decks that have instant speed spells. Not as exciting in decks that don't have instant speed spells, I don't think. Well, all right. Tired of taking beats from this 2/2, so let's play a Jewel Thief. Is Jewel Thief... Oh, here's a good question. I don't think we've talked about this. Is Jewel Thief the best common ever printed? And I know there's going to be some answers like Counterspell that beat it. Let's go in the modern era. Like, I know they printed busted stuff in the old days, and they had just absurd cards at common. But in the modern era, is this the best common that they've printed? Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, let the party begin. That's opponent's got 1 land, we got 1 Vivien. That sounds fair.
Concrete jungle. Sounds like
Sack this. Working up the birthing pod chain. Quandary's Cultivator. Yes, please. We'll take a lad. What else is in the running? Like, discounting the early era, like, you know, early era stuff. What else would even be in the running? Ooh, Deadly Dispute's a good choice. Mystical Sanctuary. I honestly forgot that was a common. Thundering Rebuke. Yep. Oh, geez. Sorry, opponent. Sorry, friend. I am sorry, friend. That's a Grave Titan, and you're dead. And that's, oh my god, a draw 5. Vivien's busted! Vivien's busted! I am over the top impressed with how good this card is. Vivien's a real card. Oh, Gnarled Colony is... I don't think it's quite Jewel Thief level good, but it is a really sweet card. Opponent, play with fire. That's the second time we've got a draw 5 with that, too. Ooh, Artifact Dual Lands is another good choice. Opponent, Bloodthirsty Adversary. Into the face of the Grave Titan. Well, okay, you know what we do? We play this, we steal this. This is so brutal. Vivien, take it up. Sack Bloodthirsty Adversary. Get a clone. Copy Grave Titan. I almost feel bad how much we're just beating people with this deck. This almost isn't fair. Tap land, go. You better have 10 points of burn it at, opponent. Ooh, Rhystic Study. So if we stick with like the modern era, like sets that are in modern, it would be too early, but that is another really good choice. That's a funny one too that I don't remember. I guess it's Time and Standard was before I was playing, but I don't remember that being an actual standard card, right? If you were playing at that time, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's one of those cards that just happens to line up really well with multiplayer. So it went from being like not very good to being like just insane in multiplayer formats. Wow. Well, way to go in from a small Japanese tournament. This deck's insane. 3-0, 3-0. Gurmag Angler and Delver of Secrets. Ooh, Delver is a classic. Gurmag Angler too. Delve is a powerful mechanic. A Braid's good. I don't know if a Braid would deserve to be... Well, it is a very good card. I don't know if it's quite on the same tier of greatest commons of all time. Oh, Treasure Cruise. Treasure Cruise. Yeah, I guess once you start getting to most broken mechanics, like Grape Shot is a common, Stinkweed Imp is a common. So if you get to those degenerate decks that are fueled by certain cards, like some of those are commons. Yeah, Deadly Dispute's getting expensive. Expressive Iteration too. Yeah, Deadly Dispute's one that I always try to put in budget decks because I think, oh, it's a common, that's got to be cheap. And then I look at the price of the deck and I'm like, oh my god, that's more expensive than all the mythics. Like a playset of this costs way more than the mythics in my deck. Well, let's see. I mean, this hand's got power for days. If we can resolve it. Oh, we're gonna play this as a land. I'm too scared to play it as a creature. Expressive Iteration is uncommon, that's true. Ooh, oh no, Spirited Companion. Getting enchantment janked. Oh, that's a lot of 6 drops. That's a lot of 6 drops. That's a lot of 6 drops. Yeah, Cloudpost in the lands is a good one. I mean, Deadly Dispute just ended up being really, really playable across various formats, and I think the AFR was not the most popular set. Well, I guess that's kind of ramp. So that's my guess, is that it's a combination of coming from a set that I don't think was super opened. It was a little overshadowed by Modern Horizons. People spent a ton of money on Modern Horizons, didn't have as much money to buy Adventures in the Forgotten Realm. Plus, some people just didn't really like the theme of it because it was a crossover product. So I think it's a combination of a set that I don't think was super heavily opened and being just like, as he's playing Pioneers, he's play really like decks across formats play that card. Do you think this new Commander Legends is also going to be a dud? But it passes. Well, we hit a land, which is good. All right. Well, Workshop War Chief, please don't counter it. Is this actually just a control deck? Are they playing Saw It Coming? Is this control with Spirited Companion? All right. Thragtusk has arrived. And now Vanishing Verse. Yep. Yeah. Well, we get to gain some life. We don't get our Rhino, though. Like, are you hyped about Commander Legends? So we got coming up next, Commander Legends, spoilers starting in a couple weeks, into Double Masters, into eventually going back to Dominaria and then Brothers War. I mean, the first Commander Legends was very good. So I actually have pretty high hopes that this one will be good. It'll be interesting to see if the crossover aspect, how that goes. Does that restrict them too much? Because one of the cool parts about the first Commander Legends was Wizards got to do some of the old Magic character stuff that they don't get to do all the time. So that was one of the sweet things, kind of like some of the Modern Horizon sets, where it's just like, oh, you get to show off these old characters that couldn't find a home before. Will Commander Legends stuff be on Arena? Sort of. Oh no, I never know how to do this on Arena. Okay, there we go. Now we want to balance Rafine. Yes. And pay the ward. Rafine's so good. That card's so good. Auto pay. Oh. So opponent is like some sort of Rafine control deck, apparently, gets in, hits us. This is not going well. Oh, I think there's a jumpstart coming at some point. There's another unset coming that was pushed back, so that's going to be coming in the fall. There's so many sets. Do you think Wizards would ever put Tron back? No. No. Didn't even have to read the rest of the question. I mean, so I guess it would theoretically be possible to make a standard where it could be okay. So this is just Esper control with apparently Rafine and in Spirited Companion. Well, okay. Oh, how do we resolve things? All right, how about a Kiri? How about it? Would you like to counter us? Please no? For once? Yeah, it is as annoying as a deck Crim would play, that's for sure. Oh, Magikarp, I feel like you keep sending me things at a time when I'm looking at the game and not the chat. Magikarp, I'm looking right now. I'm focused. What is it that I keep missing? Found it. Vanishing Verse, pays the ward, obnoxious. So I could imagine there theoretically being a standard. The question keeps getting blinked, that's true, before I get a chance to look. I can imagine there theoretically being a standard where it would be fine, although it would require basically no way to ever tutor up any sort of lands. And even then, I think it would be strongly disliked. Because we see it in Modern, like even, take Eldrazi Tron. Eldrazi Tron doesn't really play ways to tutor up the lands, and it still just drunkenly stumbles into Tron, and when it does, it's miserable. I think people would strongly dislike it, so flavor-wise, I could see it fitting, but in practice, I think people would not have fun with Tron in Standard. So I took a cursory look at Bant Blink decks for Pioneer, considering you an Abzan, and I noticed despite a high top end, they weren't running that 3-mana 2/2 Elvish Visionary. That's a mana dork because it's just not good enough. They were running the Doggo from Kamigawa instead. So it probably depends on your curve. I think if you're playing mana dorks, then I think that then I think that it can be good. If you're playing like turn 1 Llanowar Elves into the 3-drop Mana Dork, then I think it's fine. I'm sure opponents found even more removal because they've looted about 1,000,000 times with their feed. So I'm not expecting this to work. Oh, so obnoxious. Obnoxious. Hey Seth, it's been a bad couple of days. If you happen to see this, it would be neat if you said hello. When Cube, what's made it not a great couple of days? Opponent gets in. Do we block? Ooh, Fingermeister, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. What about trying things like Explore Pioneer? No. I would rather not have Tron in Modern, honestly. Like, I strongly dislike Tron. Tron is like one of my least favorite decks. So you're not gonna get me to be on board, I don't think, with adding it to more formats. It's just such a swingy, annoying play pattern. Yeah, I guess we can take it. The problem is I think they're gonna just kill it anyway. Like, I think they have the removal, and they're willing to make the trade and save the removal for something else. I think that's what's going to happen, but I guess we just got to risk it. Down to 8. Kaido. To draw a card.
Thanks. I'll be taking.
And... well, play a land. Go to combat. Wow, maybe they don't. Well, attack you. Attack you. Get in with everything? Let's leave one back. All right, get in with these. Do some conniving. Opponent kills a Wandering Emperor, gets back Rafine. Yeah. I feel like this deck's going to be a problem in Standard. I really don't see... I don't know if you've played this deck at all or against this deck at all. It is very, very difficult to me to see how this isn't just the best deck. Not this exact build. I don't know about these main deck negates and Restoration of Vajanos. This build's playing some cards that I consider maybe a little janky, but when you consider the Planeswalkers in Rafine and the other cards that you have available, I don't know how something like this is not just far and away the best deck in Standard. I guess we'll see, but that's fully my expectation, is that something along these lines is just absolutely busted. Opponent. Verse isn't bad. Well, you also get Elspeth. Well, like, I'll show you after this, after we finish getting absolutely crushed. Yeah, I don't know about all these obscure terms. This is playing some really, really weird cards. But if you just play all the good cards in these colors, your deck is so bonkers. Hey, see you, Doug. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck with the video. Oh, a flash list. Nice. What is the colors of the flash list? Yeah, Endless Detour is banned, so they don't get Endless Detour, but they do get Void Rend. Void Rend. You get Void Rend, you get Vanishing versus Starnheim Unleashed. Sure. Quandrix Cultivator. Now what? I mean, we're just dead, right? Yeah, I think they even have 2 flyers. Yeah, we're definitely dead. All right. Well, yeah, Interceptor is also very good. You can build it more aggro. You can build it more controlling. You have a ton of options. An offer you can't refuse. Oh, you infamous small Japanese players. Isn't this card like horrible? I don't know. Maybe it's better than I think. I mean, it's in our sideboard, so let's try it. If there was ever a matchup where that was going to be good, it's probably this one. So I think we should try it. But wow, I never imagined myself putting this in a deck. It seems just so bad. Huh. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess we could have waited to see if we draw. If you could have waited to see if we draw a. Well, I guess Titan. I don't know if it gets us back in the game. It lets us live for a turn, but yeah, that would have been a draw to keep us alive. An offer you can't refuse does see play in some builds of Modern ad nauseum now, but that's to counter your own spells. You're trying to counter your own spells to make enough mana to, so you like draw your entire deck, and then you can cast free spells, counter it to use this as a ritual to fix your mana. Because if you counter your own thing, it is kind of technically generating mana. It is the blue dark ritual, almost. It is plus mana though, so yeah, it does see play in that deck for that reason. Well, maybe Craig Pate Baloth is our key to success. What do you think about this blue dragon? There's got to be a better 6-drop. We got to look at this deck. And see what else could fit in these slots, because this deck feels so sweet. But I also wonder if some of those slots are like kind of suboptimal. Stroke doesn't even counter Raffine. Raffine's 3, so it actually dodges Disdainful Stroke too. Raffine apparently just happening. nothing we can do. It's gonna happen, like it or not. Oh yeah, Raffine's so good. It's like right on curve with so much stuff. It's just like, oh, that card's so strong, so good. Hey, what's up, Primal? How are you? Good to see you. Opponent play in the tap lands. Well, last pool mimic. Go. All right, will we resolve his spell? Maybe. Yeah, Raffine is probably borderline busted. Probably better than Obnixilis in Standard. Obnixilis has been very good in older formats, and Standard Obnixilis has been a little meh-ish. I'm not actually sure it's that good, which is kind of funny. After how hyped it is, but it hasn't been like that dominant in Standard. It's fine, but I think it's made a bigger impact on older formats, honestly. Witness Protection's awesome. That is, I love that card. I would like to see 3-mana land destruction come back, but I know it never will. And kids these days can't handle their 3-mana land destruction. But honestly, I think that's true. Like the Magic Arena, like if you look at new players who have joined Arena, and the easiest way I know of to judge this is probably the Magic Arena subreddit. But if you look at the things that people think are like broken and over the top, there's no way that newer Magic players are gonna accept a Stone Rain. They're definitely not gonna be able to accept stasises and Orm's Chantlocks and so forth. But there's no way that's just not gonna happen. People get salty about 3-mana counter spells, like Saw It Coming and negates and stuff. Like that's kind of where Magic is at now. I don't think there's any way that players are going to get behind getting their lands blown up for 3 mana. I don't see it, unfortunately. Well, steal an Angel until our opponent kills the Mind Flayer, which is probably about 10 seconds from now. Not actually big enough to block our opponent's Angel. Opponent. What do you think about how long there is until we get to a new standard set? I don't think we've talked about this yet. I actually didn't realize it until recently. Did you realize that we don't have another standard set until the end of September? Beginning of October, something like that? I mean, that's probably survivorship bias. Opponent sweeping the board. We get smacked. Well, okay, so play a land, play a Jewel Thief, play a Caretaker. Pass the turn. So what do you think of that schedule? That's something I've really been wondering. Like, what are we gonna play over the summer? Because like it's only the beginning of May. It's only the beginning of May. If we pull up a calendar, the traditional Magic calendar is you get September rotation in the first set of the new format, and then January you get the second set. April-ish, March, end of March, April, you get the third set, and then you get a core set like June or July, and then you start again the end of September, rotates through. That is the traditional schedule. This schedule is a lot different. I think that this game's just over if they counter this. I mean, I think it's just over either way. They get these huge flyers and more Legion Angels. All right, go, Viv. We'll talk about it in a minute. Hang on. Take up. Come on, Vivien. Draw us something that's not in our deck. They could save us. All right. We draw 3. I mean, the +1's been good. It's consistently been drawing a lot of cards. I don't think it stops this flying beatdown. Reclusive Taxidermist. Counters on the Jewel Thief. Go to combat. It's not that there's not products. There are products. There's alchemy sets and double masters, but there's just no changes to standard. Yeah, this is just super over. All right, let's talk about. Well, I don't want to get yelled at. All right, we'll finish it off to the bitter end. About it gets it. It says down to 3 and land and Legion Angel. Yeah, there's just not cards in our deck that can get out of this. Oh, there's the offer you can't refuse. So play a Mind Flayer. Opponent. So we'll steal an Angel. We will go to combat, attack you. I mean, let's say maybe this offer you can't refuse can somehow save us. Get in. Opponent. Thinking. Okay. And then we can play a Jewel Thief. Get a treasure. Sack the Jewel Thief.
Life begets.
Actually, maybe we sack, Let's sack Taxidermist, actually. Oh! No. I'm an idiot. Well, that's a pun. We drew all 4 of them. I'm still not convinced that would have worked, but what we wanted to do was pot into a Glasspool Mimic to clone the Mind Flayer and steal another Angel, but apparently we drew all 4 of our clone lands. I mean, I guess that definitely would count as a pun. That would count as a pun. So the schedule, yeah, I'll accept the pun for that one. Taking the Legion Angel and then potting into the second flyer to take the token would have worked better. Would it have? Yeah, I guess. Would that work better? So we would have had 2 Angels on the battlefield. I don't know. Maybe? I mean, it was a punt to sacrifice something that we couldn't actually tutor up with Birthing Pod. So we could take the Angel, sack the Angel. Don't we end up with more Angels on the battlefield if we do it the other way, though? Don't we end up with 2? Because if they can kill anything, we lose regardless. Like, we're just dead to literally everything. So if we sack the angel, don't we get an extra angel if we do it the other way? We get to keep 2 angels and 2 mind flayers? Or no? Am I miscalculating that? Anyway, the schedule stuff. I'm curious what people think. The way the schedule is set up this year is we got in September the first Innistrad set. Then we got in November the next Innistrad set. And then we had a pretty long gap, and we just got Streets of New Capenna. The schedule is so weird. So we just got Streets of New Capenna the end of April. So now we get the end of April, whatever, April 23rd, Streets of New Capenna. May, nothing. June, nothing. July, nothing. August, nothing. September 20-something, we'll get the Dominaria set. So we have 5 months. I skipped over. Yes, you're right. So we had, okay, September Innistrad 1, November Innistrad 2, February, I want to say, Kamigawa. And then we just got in April, New Capenna, and now we have 5 months until anything changes. So I'm curious what people are going to play over this summer. Like, that's what I'm kind of stuck on. It doesn't really matter much in paper because you got Command Fest, you got Double Masters, you got Commander Legends, but on Arena in specific, what do? Because as great as Standard can be, kind of the hallmark of Standard is it's good for a while and then it gets stale. After 2 or 3 months of Standard, at least for me, after 2 or 3 months, you're like, okay, like, I'm ready for the next set. I'm ready for something to change. This time we're going to go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then we're going to be like, oh my God, we got 2 more months until rotation. I think that Wizards' idea, and I think they messed this up like so incredibly poorly, what is releasing during that time is Alchemy, Commander Legends, Masters, whatever they're calling it. But they're releasing an Alchemy set that is designed off of Commander Legends 2. So I think what Wizards thought is, okay, so we have a Standard set here. People can play Standard for a couple months, and then everyone's going to love Alchemy. That's going to be their new favorite thing. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to release this Alchemy set. That's going to be what the Mastery Pass is, and it'll be the summer of Alchemy. Everyone will love this format, and we'll just be playing Alchemy all summer with the new cards from Commander Legends. But Wizards botched it so horribly. The Alchemy is just like despised by a huge part of the community. And now I don't know what people are going to do over this. I mean, I guess you got Explorer, which is good. Hopefully they have some sort of Explorer release. That would help. Like if they have some sort of Explorer Masters, Pioneer Masters, even like a good anthology, something like that would potentially help fill in the gap. But as it is, we got, once we're done with Streets of New Capenna, we got a long time till Standard changes. So I honestly don't know if I like this schedule. It leads to, I don't like this schedule for digital players. For paper players, there's so many products that I don't think it really matters. Like, there's just always a new product in paper. But for digital players, I feel like it's actually oh boy, that's not a great draw at the moment. I think it's actually a worse schedule than the old one. It's like super clumped together in the fall, and then it's super spread out with nothing happening over the summer. So I feel like maybe that's something Wizards could work on for the future. Hopefully, to space things out better. The old one was at least spaced out relatively equally. There was kind of a big gap between like September and then after the holidays they would release the next set. So there was kind of a somewhat big gap there. But other than that, it was relatively evenly spread out. Because I feel like just a few new Capenna cards shoved into old good stuff decks that I've seen for a while. Well, I mean, remember, New Capenna is also super early, although I really think the top decks in the format are kind of the same decks we've been, the same cards, same decks. You still see a lot of Zika's Chariots. You still see a lot of the Wandering Emperor control style decks. Wow, yeah, this is over and a half. To the point where I'm like kind of tempted to scoop. So we got to see we've seen the good and the bad of this deck. We've seen the deck do really explosive things, but then we've also seen you don't hit your lands and you kind of stumble around and you just can't really interact in the early game. opponent. Do you think we'll do a poster? Do you think they'll do a post rotation format again like last year? Oh, like a standard 2023 or whatever? Probably. That seems possible. I mean, they've done it the past couple of years, right? Yeah, basically we're missing the core set, or last year it was Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, but we're basically, wow, what a start for our, okay. Yeah, that was an impressive start for our opponent. I mean, the fact that we can't interact probably made it feel a little bit better than it was, but yeah, that worked. So Mind Flayer, I guess, comes in. Ew, boy. An offer you can't refuse. Card cracks me up. Oh, in standard of all places, Super Nintendo. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. We gotta look at this deck after this game. After this game, we gotta actually look and see what other options there are. I feel like this thing's just bad. I don't know. I feel like what have been the weakest cards in this deck? No more base sets, at least for the time being. No more core sets. The good thing for me, Rucker, is I love Modern, I love Pioneer. So honestly, as far as my content, I'm not really worried about it because I love playing those formats anyway. So that's just an excuse to play more older formats over the summer. But I do wonder what arena players are gonna do. It feels like Wizards expected Alchemy to like be super popular, and it's not. And now that it's not, they base their whole schedule around that, and now they're in a bit of a pickle, perhaps. Or maybe, I don't know. Is there, okay, so chat, is there any way that having this draftable Commander Legends Alchemy set, is there any way that wins people over? Is that a thing that could possibly happen, or no? Do you think it's just done? Like there's no winning people back over at this point? Because like having it be draftable in some little way does kind of help with the economy issues, like for people who like to play limited at least. So that would slightly help with some of the economic issues. But opponent, Luminarch Aspirant. Well, land and Jewel Thief, go. Opponent. Not unless they can sweeten the economy. Alchemy is seen as a pure cash grab. I mean, the other thing that kind of changed is... we now have a paper... Well, almost. We're on our pathway to having a paper format on the client, which seems pretty sweet. So maybe that was the other concern. Like, there's no way to play non-rotating formats other than Historic, which got kind of Alchemy wrecked. But now there's Explorers, so we actually do have a way to play those formats. So maybe that also can help alleviate some of the concerns. It was dead from the start. I mean, we're just going to steal your stuff and try to kill you, I think. That's kind of what this deck does. Glasspool Mimic. Copying Mind Flayer is pretty... I did not expect that to be a thing in Standard, but opponent, done. Our turn to get off to the fast start. Well, those are two... What do you think of those two games? So game one, we kind of, as Krim would say, got face rolled. Like you roll your face across the keyboard and it wouldn't make a difference. You'd still, that's how dominating it was. In game one, we just kind of got face rolled. In game two, we kind of just face rolled our opponent. Neither of those felt like especially good games, though. We've had some really good games of Magic and interesting games with this deck, but so far, both of the games in this match, win or lose, they've just kind of been like, nothing interesting happened. Just like our opponent just did everything and we did nothing, then we did everything and they did nothing. Wizards really needs, and I can't believe they haven't announced something for this yet or done something. Wizards really needs to find a way to bring Commander online, I think. It's not coming to Arena. I don't even think that's possible. Wizards has been pretty pretty clear that that's not in the cards. The arena commander is just not something that's likely to happen. So that's kind of a bummer. But I really wish they'd make a new client, something. I wish there was another way to play Commander Online. Moto's great, and it's something that I will try convincing people to play forever, but it's just not gonna win over the new players who it is. And I love it, and I'm the biggest supporter and pusher of Moto, because I enjoy Moto a ton. But I don't think that's the solution for newer players. I just don't think they're gonna. It just looks too old, and also you add in their inability to put like commander precon cards on it in a timely manner and that stuff. Like, I do not think there will ever be multiplayer on Arena. I mean, Wizards has basically said that. In the somewhat distant past, but they've been asked about it, and the answer has basically always been it's more likely that they build a new game than that they bring multiplayer to Arena. So I'm kind of assuming that's where they're at. Well, all right. Opponent's having some mana issues. We are getting close to the big stuff. If we were on untap land, we can down Caretaker and start doing that again. Opponent. Easy, cause Chariot. Sure. Gonna make some treasures. Gonna go fully off with Gallagreators. Gallagreators actually pretty sweet. Seth, you have me convinced that I am going to get into Moto and make Lantern Control and Extirpate Tribal. It's fun. It's fun. I tell ya, it actually is really sweet. I mean, I love me some Moto. I enjoy it. Let's Mind Flayer. Sink this Gallagreators. Opponent Cruise the Chariot. Tangled Florohedron as a land. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. What do you got? Our big stuff's about to come. We're almost there. I mean, Moto's goal is basically to replicate Magic IRL. Wow, they're getting in with the Chariot? You know what, we're gonna let this go. Against our better judgment, but opponent, counter on everything. I just wish we had more mana. 1, 2, 3. Well, play carry. Make a treasure. Pass the turn. Yeah, pass the turn. I mean, if this dies, we get to bounce a lot of our opponent's stuff. We get rid of all those cats, which is kind of insane. I mean, I also like Moto, but I'm also, I guess, realistic that I just don't think it'll ever... Oh? That was a win? Have you tried out the Steam Kindek and Pioneer? Yeah, Gallagreators is a card that I totally misread. I thought that it only triggered once forever. That you could choose each mode once, like a Demonic Pact. But you can trigger it once each turn, which actually means it's so good in some decks. This deck is really good. Are you sick of Vivien? Do you want to see something else? Or should we just keep on Viviening? Because Vivien, this deck has been really sweet. Have I tried out Schemekin and Pioneer? Oh, I think a long time ago, but not super recently. Also, a quick reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. So what is something else? The options that are easily ready. This Mavinda, Vivien, incredibly impressive. So here's the options. We got another hour or so we can get in a couple more matches at least. So here's the options. Simic Vivien, update it. That's one possibility. We got this blue-white Mavinda deck, which is intriguing to me. Kind of this tempo-y Illuminator Virtuoso, Storm Chaser Drake, almost like Pump Spell Feather style deck. Vivien's super sweet. All right, you know what? Let's just update Vivien. We can play those other decks. We can play those other decks in the future. I'm really curious. What other 6-drops are there in these colors? That's not a real card. Wait, is this listed as... What? Every time I import a deck list, apparently imports it as Alchemy. Arena wants people to play Alchemy so bad. They want it so bad. They want it so bad. So we need a 6-drop creature. Is there anything that would be better than what we're already doing? That's the question. The Ravine, I mean, if you want to see something about it, all right, we can go over the other decks still. Hang on. All right. So the other decks, Mervinda, Rafine, I think this deck's just legitimately good. It's kind of like the deck our opponent beat us down with, but it's just, I almost feel bad because I think this is just like a legit tier 1 deck. It's got good Planeswalkers, it's got Rafine, it's got Tenacious Underdog. This is a deck that, like, when I look at this, I imagine it is like the best deck in the format, or at least a tier 1 deck. It's just got so much raw power. So I think that's just like a legit deck. So if you're a fan of jank, that's probably not the one for you. This is one, I don't remember where this one came from, maybe Moto. But this one was kind of interesting because it's got a lot of the new gen stuff, the Taurus Envoy, Nyxlis, Riveteer's Charm, but it's also got a bunch of werewolf stuff, regular Stormseekers and Liberators and Kessig Naturalists. So kind of like a werewolfian Jund mid-range deck. You wanna see the Rafine deck? You know what? Let's do it. Let's Rafine it. Why not? I mean, this is probably the perfect time to do it. Probably wouldn't dedicate a whole stream to it just because I think the deck's busted, or very good. But this is the perfect time to check it out and see what it looks like. All right, I'll update the deck command. So what have you all been playing? Have you all been playing anything sweet? In any format, really. Yes, we will play first. Deck command should be edited. Yeah. I mean, that's a good curve. Just so much value. So much value. Ravine's Tower, go. Ooh, wait. How have you been playing Shadow Mortality Halflings, dude? Did you show me this deck list already? Tenacious Underdog. Go. Mono Blue Fairy Ninjas and Pauper. Ooh, that sounds sweet. Bant Super Friends. Are you playing the Ascendancy, sir? Oh, okay. I remember the one you're talking about. Well, Deserted Beach. Wedding announcement. Hit ya. Make it dork. Go. Soren incoming. Opponent. So opponent's Junding us out by the looks. Have you played many more Band Super Friends? No. Band Super Friends is a deck that I want to play more of. Alright, I'm gonna take down the Underdog. Hit us for 3. Well, that is scary. If they can follow this up with Halana and Elena, oh, that's actually pretty good. Are we just main phasing this? Probably. All right, let's just Wandering Emperor. Snipe the Stormseeker, gain some life. Hit you for 1. Make a dork. Pass the turn. I haven't got to play that many Super Friends. It is on my list to play more. We played it a little bit during early access day, but it's definitely something I wanna explore more. That's one we'll definitely do a stream of Super Friends at some point. Or maybe we'll play it on the YouTube. About it. Getting in with Tenacious Underdog. Sure. He got us. I saw a streamer play Arcane Bombardment Land Destruction, and I think that's a modern deck concept I'd love to see. Seems like you could get there with Moonu Acid Wasps fairly easily. Wait, what format were they playing it in? I do love Arcane Bombardment. That's one of my favorite new cards from the set, actually. It's just, when it goes off so incredibly big. Yeah, let's just soar in. Make a vampire. Hit ya. Ooh, the one Legion Angel. That sounds spicy. I've played a lot of Arcane Bombardment, and that might be coming up on the YouTube too, but I haven't tried it with Land Destruction. And opponent, wow, we didn't even draw the Rafine, or really much of anything, and we still just kind of crushed him. When is the meeting of the 5 families against the odds deck? Sell me on a way to use that card that would make for a good episode. I am of the belief that there's not really a way to do it. Ooh, Annex Wildfire, we played that. That was one of the first against the odds decks, or no, first budget Magic decks. Like literally, if you go back to the very, very, very beginning of budget Magic in like 2015, the third deck we ever played, Eminent Domain, kind of the same idea, Wildfire and stealing your lands. Such a fun budget deck, super fun. Cool to see it coming back. I like seeing an updated version of it, or a new version of it. Yeah, it could be a fun one to try to revisit. Prismari Command's a nice upgrade. Icy Manipulator, I don't know if Icy Manipulator was even in Modern when we played it, honestly. Do we even change anything? Portable Hole. We might just run it back. I guess check for traps might be okay. What's bad in our main deck? Nothing. Like, our main deck is just so strong. Every card is like an all-star. We'll just run it back. I think Rafine has a chance to see play in Modern. The challenge in Modern is, what is a shell for Rafine? And I'm not sure there's just like, it's a lot of lands. We can try it. That's the only question, is what the shell is. I don't think there's a Modern, like an existing tier Modern deck that you can just slot it into. So I think that it's going to have to be like, build an Esper tempo deck. I think it definitely has potential to be powerful enough to make that work. But it's going to take some brewing, I think, to actually figure it out. I think it would be something that would be fun to try at least. But that's kind of the only drawback. Well, Rafine's Tower, go. Eminent Domain, if you get a good draw, it does beat Tron. I don't know if I mean, Rafine as a win condition in control is something people do, and it seems fine. But I definitely am more of a fan of it in a creature deck. Like, the dream is you just curve out, one drop Expire Rafine, and it's, oh my goodness, it's so much value, it's hard to lose. Opponent. Alright, here comes the obs. This might actually be fine, though. So opponent gets 2 obs. They make a devil. They tick up. We take it. We play the land. We get rid of the non-token ob.
Not worth the effort.
And then attack the other one. Opponent can jump to keep it alive, but still, like, is ob just not that good? Maybe ob's not that good. Oh, you gonna be there, Guru Faro? Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be in Vegas. I'm gonna be at Command Fest Richmond the weekend before. I don't think I can do 2 weekends in a row, especially with Vegas being way across the country for me. But yeah, I'll be in Richmond. If anyone wants to head down to Richmond and have some Commander fun. I'll play the land. Grow the Aspirant. Attack. How do we get blown out here? They kill the Skyclave. They get a 3/3. They block. I guess that's fine. Opponent. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of how it is. Like, if you're on the play, it's really good, but it gets a lot worse if you're on the draw. Like, it's good for forcing through the win if you can pull ahead, but once you get behind, it's pretty easy for everyone to just be like, yeah, no, take some damage, kill you.
You lose everything.
Yeah, the Chariot for cloning plan is really sweet. Well, pathway on whatever. Vanishing Verse underdog. Limonarchus Pirate Part 2. Grow the dorks, kill the mob Nixless. Hey, what's up? How are you, Fun Duck? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, opponent's deck looks sweet. Wow, was not expecting Burn Down the House, but that was a good one. Well, I guess it's Sorin time. Sorin. Tick it up.
Neither vampire nor human will accept.
Can't play it yet. Pass the turn. I mean, I don't think Obnixilus is bad, but it hasn't been as impressive as I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be like one of the best cards. I think it was by number. Ooh. I thought it was going to be one of, if not the best card in Standard, and that so far has not really been the case from the set. Well, that's Elspeth.
Point me to
Dig her
the
up.
fight. This is your fight.
Lifelink it. Hit ya. Pass the turn. Opponent. What's that last card? Workshop Warchief. Haste it in. Hits the Elspeth. Fair.
Watch for a peaceful resolution.
Opponent. I mean, the good news for Obnixilus is it has already started posting results in older formats. So I think that it's not going to be as good in Standard as I expected yet. But it does seem like maybe, we'll see, maybe people stop playing it there too, but it seems like its home's going to be in older formats. That's what I'm leaning towards right now, is that it's still a good card. It's just going to be an older format card. Price-wise, that's tricky. I think that Kaido is on the same level. I actually tweeted something about that earlier today, but I think that it's on the same level. I think they're both very, very strong planeswalkers. I think that Kaido doesn't get as much respect as it deserves, honestly. Like, I think Kaido's actually really, really, really strong. I'll go First Strike. No attacks. Pass the turn. Opponent. I mean, it's obviously nothing's Oko. The idea that it was Oko good was kind of like a joke / hyperbolic. So none of those planeswalkers are Oko, but I do think that Kaido is Ob good. Kaido's so good. Tenacious underdog. Well, get rid of the Stormseeker. This one looks pretty over. No Rafine. We haven't run a single Rafine. Yeah, I mean, 3-mana planeswalkers have traditionally been very busted. Take up on the underdog. First Strike. Go to combat. Hit ya. Yeah, Kaido ended up being better than I thought. Yeah, no Luxor in this deck. I like Luxor in Super Friend style decks, and I guess this is like kind of Super Frenzy, but this is just like, oh my god, there's Rafine. But this is just like busted Esper stuff rather than an actual Super Friends deck. But yeah, we'll definitely play some Super Friends, some straight up Super Friends in the future, and that's where I think Luxor is going to shine. Also, we'll probably play Luxor in Modern. I think we got to try the Devoted Druid combo. I want to try Karth again with Luxor or some sort of Modern Super Friend X with Luxor. So definitely, we haven't really got to the part of exploring Modern yet, but any ideas for a Grixis deck? Ooh, in Standard, Bo? A Grixis deck that is intriguing to me is Poppet Stitcher, Sedgemore Maestro's Ascendancy, and a bunch of spells. I don't know if that's the exact kind of deck you were thinking of, but yeah, we kind of just ran him over. 4 months until we were actually just talking about this not too long ago, Germancello. I'm a little nervous about it for Standard, especially digitally. Like, I think paper is going to be fine. In paper, you have so many releases this summer. You got so many formats. Commander is so popular. So I think that in paper it doesn't matter. But I do kind of wonder what it's going to look like on Arena this summer. So that's kind of my worry about it. Oh boy, Esper Mirrors. Well, playing the land past the turn. Ooh, Tainted Indulgence. Maybe this is Reanimator? Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're doing much next turn. Discards Memory Deluge. Well, play the land past the turn. Alright, here we go. The moon it passes. Oh, there's Rafine. We need some bodies. We need some bodies for the Rafine. About it. Wandering Emperor.
You started this fight, but I'm going to.
Okay. Well, that's awkward. Yeah, let's get rid of Wandering Emperor.
Until next time, then.
I think Bona gets the Dogen.
Blades strike true.
Ooh, let me see your Vivien pod deck. That's a deck that I am expecting to play. I just haven't done Modern yet. With the new cards. Been waiting for the loan programs to come online. Let's play the yeah, let's play this on blue. I think we still want to wait and try to Wandering Emperor. Vivien, oh my god. All right, opponent's got all the Wandering Emperors. My list is not great. Wandering Emperor is kind of a really good card, isn't it? We were getting back to strong Planeswalker Standard. Ooh, that looks I mean, that's kind of the same combo I was thinking of going with to try to build around. Looks really solid. Planebound Accomplice. I mean, well, we'll see. Have you got to play it at all yet? I'm curious of the consistency aspect. I think that's the biggest question. It's nice that there's a backup combo. You got the Saheeli Felidar Guardian combo, so there is something else to draw into. But I am kind of curious how it's gonna line up just consistency wise. Opponent gets in, hits us. Yeah, double Wander is not good for us, that's for sure. Well, we will play a Wanderer. Oh, that's devastating. Devastating. Discards a Farewell, and we are super far behind. Super duper 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 far behind. Yeah. Well, Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of the Interceptor. Rafine. But we are still really far behind about it. This summer, they will come out with Lord of the Rings base set replacement. Lord of the Rings is next year, right? The Lord of the Rings Magic set. It is coming. I think we're getting the Warhammer 40k. I think we're getting those decks first. I don't know. So many crossover products these days. I will be very curious to see how some of those crossover products do. Like Lord of the Rings in Modern is just, that's so weird to me. Like making them's one thing, but putting them into Modern is just, it's so strange. So strange. Yeah, that's the part that gets me. Like, I thought they were making him just kind of like, oh, we're gonna make some casual fun stuff. But actually putting them into Modern is just, I mean, we don't really know, really. I mean, how do we know how high or low powered it'll be at this point? I don't think we know. Now what? So opponent just drew a bunch of cards. We're still only casting one spell because we've drawn infinite 4-drops. Very 4-drop heavy. Opponent was able to deploy their 4-drops. We have not been able to. I'll go to combat. Attack the Wandering Emperor, I think. Connive onto Skyclave. Discard a Sorin. Discard a Wandering Emperor. About it. Not the cards we really want to discard, but we really need the counters here. Opponent blocks. And blocks. Alright, well, Wandering Emperor. First strike it.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Pass the turn.
Never give up.
Yeah, I think we don't know when in 2023, but we know what's happening next year. I really don't know what to expect power level wise. It's hard for me to imagine that they're not at least somewhat strong. It seems difficult for Wizards to take someone else's iconic IP and take like some character they love and make a horrible version of it. But I mean, maybe they don't know Magic, so it'll be fine. Like the Street Fighter cards are more okay than busted. Hey Seth, as a content creator, do you prefer gift subs or donations when people want to chip in a little extra? So actually for me personally, I guess donations are more beneficial. So I'm the content manager for Goldfish. So the way it works actually is like subs just kind of go to all the other stuff at the site, which is definitely still helpful because the site is supporting the site supports me, I guess, somewhat indirectly, but I mean it's my full-time job, so but just not as directly. But donations actually go directly to me, so I guess it depends on what the goal of your donation is. Well, let's Legion Angel. I guess this ended up being kind of close in the end. Not like super close, but kind of close. Well, we can go to combat. Attack the Wandering Emperor. Opponent's 2 Wandering Emperors did pull him pretty far ahead. Opponent's going to block. Well, hopefully these Legion Angels are going to carry. Legion Angel comes down. Legion Angel number 3 past the turn. We're behind on life, but we're getting ahead on board, sort of. About it. Hey, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, Gandalf. I don't know Lord of the Rings that well, honestly. I've seen it. I've seen them all. They're so incredibly long. Too long. Do you ever notice that? I had this experience the other day, and it made me sort of reevaluate content to some extent. But I was looking for something to watch on Hulu the other night. I was getting ready to go to bed, and I was like, I'm going to put something on. So I was looking for something to watch. And as I was doing it, there were all these, it was kind of like, I don't know, mostly like horror movies of some kind, I guess, was what was showing up. And they were all like 2 hours, an hour and a half. And I was like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to actually sit through a 2-hour horror movie. I don't got the time. And then this one popped up that was, I guess, some sort of Hulu original that was like an 8-minute short film, and it didn't even look very good to me. It actually looked pretty bad, but it was only 8 minutes. And because it was only 8 minutes, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch it. Like, what's the worst case? I'm out 8 minutes of my life, and I can watch something else. Best case, maybe it's actually better than it looks. But that made me start to think, man, I wonder if all my YouTube content is just way too long. Like, if I'm skipping over all these movies because they're just an hour and a half, and just clicking on things that I don't even really want to watch just because they're 8 minutes, maybe my content is just too long on YouTube. maybe Against the Odds needs to be shorter or something. So I don't know. That's something I noticed myself doing, and it made me start to think about things. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that's a problem when there's a whole bunch of people are busy, and when there's a whole bunch of hour plus long videos, it seems tough to actually watch all of them.
See you later.
Everyone seems to love long content. I mean, don't worry. Don't worry. It's not like long content is going away. That's not the plan. That's not the plan, to just drop long content, but maybe trying out some short content too could be beneficial. I'll get in there. Hit ya. Down to 8. Sack it, draw. Wow, this ended up being super close. So you like the length? You think the like 45-minute videos is about the right length? Interesting. Well, maybe I'm the one that's unique. I tend to prefer to watch movies in one sitting. Wow. Wouldn't it have been better to kill this and get a 4/4 and block and then kill us mostly? Draw with Kaido? That seems a lot better than, well, we'll take it. We lost our... Oh. Yeah, we're super dead. Who plays Farewell? Oh my god. Opponent Rafine, gonna loot. So our deck is a lot more tempo-y. Our opponent, I guess I would consider a control deck. And yeah, control's gonna win this one. Well, Legion Angel. Oh, well, thank you, your mom. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess TikTok is popular for that reason, right? How long does it take to edit a video? It really depends on the video and how much you put into it. Like a video that Phil makes takes forever to make. Like Phil will spend 2 weeks working on a single like 10-minute video. But he does a lot of very, 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 very time-consuming editing. A lot of the times with my videos, it's mostly just trying to speed things up a bit, cut out the dead space and stuff. It's not doing voiceovers and throwing in memes and so forth a ton. So that definitely speeds it up a ton, where it's a matter of hours rather than days. Farewell is awesome in Commander, although it seems like we play it less than we should. Yeah, there's no way, right? It seems like we play it less than we should just because people get afraid of blowing up their own stuff. Although, I think that it is a legit staple in like the best Wrath in the format, and should probably get over, oh boy, this control deck, and should probably get over that fear. Hey, what's up, Muffin? How are you? Like, I think you just got to get over that and play it anyway in most decks, because it's really, really good. It's really, really, really good. There's not too many cards in the format that just deal with everything, and that's one of them. That's one of the cards that actually really, truly just puts an end to every single thing. It's definitely surprised me more in Standard. Like, that's what surprised me the most. I expected it to be very good in Commander. I didn't necessarily expect it to be as good as it is in Standard. But it ended up being really good in standard too. Oh, this is I don't even know what to cut here. How do we deal with this control deck? It ended up being a long, grindy game. Maybe just trim some stuff, I guess. We'll just cut one of everything. How about that? Boom. Got him. Right now we're trying an Esper Vivien deck. We played a Vivien deck that was super sweet earlier. The Vivien deck's so much fun. This deck, I mean, Vivien's very powerful. I think this deck is very strong. But it's a little Esper-y. I mean, Vivien is a really sweet card. Well, alright. Land on black. Luminarch Aspirant. And a counter. And go. I mean, it's kind of like Esper aggro almost. Esper tempo. Opponent passes. Well, play the land. Luminarch Aspirant. Trigger. We'll hedge a little bit. Yeah, check for traps is good. Opponent. Removal spell, one of infinite. And a land and a Vivien. No, we will also Vivien. And get in there. Discard underdog, hit ya. All right. Now our opponent's going to Wandering Emperor and kill our Luminarch Aspirant. How about it on devs? And... wait, so who actually is going to GP, or not GP, Command Fest Richmond? Who's actually going to be there? Yeah, Connive is a really good mechanic. What is the best Esper Reanimator commander? Ooh. Yeah, I think we can block. The best Esper Reanimator commander. I mean, Sephiroth is kind of cool out of the new additions. The looting zombie is pretty good. Farina. Isn't there a new one that... oh, what is the new one that was like Farina? Oh, I guess Vivien actually is the card I was thinking of. The one that's on the battlefield twice. But I think that that's actually like a very good option as well. Yeah, Connive is blood that doesn't actually require you to spend mana, which is huge. Like, not even to spend mana is so nice. Well, go to combat. Get in there. Thankfully, our opponent... alright, they're going to obscure a charm. Sure. Well, get in, hit you, loot. Discard the land. Wandering Emperor. Snipe your Vivien. Well, we're winning the Vivien war. We're winning the Vivien war. Out of here. Yeah, Sephiroth takes some building around. Shroom is too easy to combo with. I mean, I guess if you're in the artifact plan, it is really good. It is a very, very strong card. But I do feel like it's almost too strong. Ooh, our Tenacious Underdog is going to be good here. Mitchentown Famous. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. Ooh, thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Ooh, yeah. Well, we got to get rid of... we got to get rid of the Wandering Emperor. So blitz this. Tick up for no value.
I have got new
Kill the Wandering Emperor. Being the one with the Planeswalker left over is very good. Yeah, I think Ravine, I mean, if you're playing zombies, then Verena's solid. But I like that Ravine gives you a way to essentially play Verena's playstyle, but without having to be a zombie deck. If you're playing zombies, though, Verena's still probably better. The upside of being able to pay 2 to make a zombie is pretty nice. You get to gain life, which I guess is relevant. Yeah, I would say in zombies, Verena's better, but in the upside of Ravine is you can play something very similar, but without having any tribal baggage. Well, I guess we're just going to keep tenacious underdogging here forever. I mean, this is... Wow, they're actually going to intercept it? Interesting. I guess I just want to get it down. So opponent loots. I mean, that's pretty fine. They're just bouncing the tenacious underdog. What do you think the best Esper Reanimator commander is? So opponent bounces underdog. We will replay it. Play a land. Make a samurai. Pass the turn.
We must protect the people.
Ooh, flying tribal with Ravine sounds sweet. Opponent gonna... Wow, they actually turned that on. Had the right mana values to turn it into a draw too. What are the chances? What are the chances? Wish we could hit some discard or a counter, because you know they're gonna fare well at some point, and that's really bad for us. Oh, Chromium's... Oh, that's a good call. The discard outlet aspect is good. Opponent's a big fan of these main phase memory deluges. Yep. Well, opponent's just got more card advantage than we do. Okay, let's think about this. So, Wandering Emperor. Counter on the Samurai. Go attacking. Opponent takes it. Well, we have some card draw too. We got a Kaido. Get down Kaido. Draw a card. Playing the land. Legion Angel. Grab another one. All right, your go, opponent. Yeah, Ravine does have Sweetheart. Yeah, opponent's about to fare well. Well, we'll block and kill it. Well, let me see, Tom. Oh, no farewell. Interesting.
With the right tools,
Ravine Flyers. That's a cool way to build Ravine. I haven't really seen just like flying tribal Ravine, but that's a really neat idea. I like it. Oh, maybe we're fine. Opponent's not wrathing. They still have a lot of cards in hand, but we are pretty far ahead on board. Duress to take a Vanishing Verse. All right. Take up Wandering Emperor. On the underdog. Go to combat. Smack ya. Draw with Kaido. Hermit. Play the land. Pass the turn. I mean, Hermit can stop a farewell. Opponent gonna loot. Come on. Come on. Hold. Let us close out this game. Angel Tribal looks sweet. I haven't actually got to play it yet. I've played against it, and it seems like when it has a good draw, it's actually really, really powerful. I think there's a chance that it's actually good. Have I tried Extraction Specialist with Hermit? Ooh, I haven't. I haven't actually played Extraction Specialist at all yet. It does seem sweet with Hermit. I mean, it could actually just be good in this deck. Kind of the challenge is there's so many good 3 drops. Like Luminarch Aspirant's a good one to get back. Hermit's a good one to get back. But like wedding announcements are really good, Skyclave's really good, Kaido's really good, Ravine's like busted. So that's kind of the tricky part, is there's just so many cards competing for the slot, but it seems like it'd be perfect for the deck. All right, can we win? Can we beat this control deck? Oh, I'm actually super oh, this hand would be so good if we had lands. Well, then I guess if we had lands, this hand wouldn't be as good, would it? We'd be missing the, okay, well, here we go. This is our little aggro draw. Please don't have any removal. Esper controls somehow. It's cool to see Angel's Rival being a thing, though. Angels deserve to be a real deck. It's been a long time since we've actually had a real Angel Tribal deck. I'll play this. So I would totally be down with Angels being a legit tribe. Grow the Aspirant past the turn. Opponent, Ravine. Well, land, Ravine. Go attacking. Discard. Oh, we're gonna discard Skyclave to grow it. I don't know if that's correct or not. Building Kenrith. Ooh. Kenrith's a really strong value commander. Opponent. Kenrith, the only thing I dislike about Kenrith is, yeah, I valued getting the damage there. Maybe that's wrong against the control deck. I feel like we want to try to close out the game, because I feel like our opponent is going to win the long game. So we want to focus on trying to be kind of aggro-y. Like, our opponent's the control. They have all these late game card draw spells and stuff that we just don't have. So I feel like we got to try to be the aggro, but whether or not that's actually going to pay off in the long run. Well, pay the land. Get in with Rafine. Discard one of our million lands. Kaido. Oh, they got a counter. Oh, no. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. Yeah. We don't have real counters either. Ooh. I feel like our deck is better against the field, but our deck is worse against a controlling version of Esper. I'm working on a Rocco deck using Norn the Wary with my hidden commander. Ooh. Wow. Oh, yeah, this is such an incredible blowout. Opponent. Kills our Rafine. We draw. Land number 49. And yeah, that's just, this is it. That's it. That's all. Opponent says, nice. Yeah, we drew 20 lands. I know, opponent. That is very nice for you. Opponent. Yeah, it's in. Yeah, Interceptor is very good. That's true. Rocco with Norn as your hidden commander sounds like a really cool idea. Never really see Norns in Commander. Only every once in a while, great while, you see one as the actual commander, but never see him in the 99. So that's a really sweet idea. Rocco's going to find it consistently. And then once you get Norn on the battlefield, it is really hard to kill. No, Skyclave Apparition. Tainted Indulgence. Draws so much card advantage that we just do not have. Opponent. Discards a card. Well, we'll get rid of Rafine. Hit the Wandering Emperor. Hey, welcome, Snewell. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, yeah, that's what's... Well, this isn't the best way to go out. Going out just getting absolutely trounced by Esper Control. Good to have you, Selwyn. Welcome. Opponent gets in.
Strike hard.
And Void Rend. We draw even more. Wow, we have kind of flooded out this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 16. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's a disappointing way for it to end. So what did we learn about these decks today? What did we learn? And I mean, I think there's good news and bad news. So the good news is Vivien's kind of insane. Like, Vivien was so sweet. Way, way, way better than I expected. Which is pretty exciting because that deck was really fun. And now I'm actually pretty excited to keep brewing around this deck because I feel like there are a lot of possibilities for Vivien. We saw this synergies, being able to get clones, to get mind flayers and so forth, be really, really good. And to me, this feels like sort of an early version of this deck where if you can add in maybe a third color, that I'm intrigued by going to like Bant to get Skyclave Apparition or Brutal Cathar. You could go in so many different directions. And we went like, what, 4-in-1 with the deck or something? So the deck actually worked really well as it was, and there's still a ton of cool things you can do. And it did really fun things. We had like the 5 Avabra Caretaker game that we won with. We had so many cloning of Mind Flayers. So I really, really like this deck. The Esper deck, I mean, it's Esper. Like, take the strongest Esper cards and jam them all together, and that's basically it. I think the deck's really good, but I don't know if it's especially interesting. Like, the decks like this have kind of been a thing for a while, so it doesn't really like intrigue me, but I do think we're going to see a lot of these decks, so it's worth keeping an eye on archetypes like this, even if you're not someone who wants to play them yourself, just because you're probably going to play against them a ton. Because I think I would not be surprised if when it shakes out, that if a Rafine, Esper, Control, Tempo, Aggro, somewhere in that range, ends up being at least top tier and maybe like the best deck in the format. So hey Seth, trying to become a streamer, just wondering what program you use to edit your videos. So I currently use, hey, from the US, J Rum, how are you? Good to see you, welcome. So I currently use Premiere Pro, although I did use Lightworks for a long time. The problem I had with Lightworks eventually is you couldn't do higher res stuff. You had to like pay. It's a free program, but if you want to export in like super high def or whatever, you have to pay for it. So that was kind of the issue that made me switch over to Premiere eventually. But for just getting started out, I used Lightworks for years and years and years, and it did what I needed to do without spending any money on it. Although I would definitely recommend, like, once you get going, Premiere I think is a pretty good option. Like Adobe Premiere Pro, the only downside is it is like somewhat expensive. It's like a monthly subscription that I think is just for Premiere Pro. I think it's like $15 or $20, and if you get their whole thing with Photoshop, it's like $40 or $50. So it is kind of expensive, but it is worth it if you're gonna do this like full time. I think, especially once you get to the point where you're making some money on it. Hey, what's up, Rucker? Good to have you back. Oh, Simic went good. We went 4-in-1 with Simic, and then we switched and played a little Esper. But I think that's the end of our stream for today. So next stream is on Thursday. In the meantime, though, on the YouTube channel, we have our First Against Odds coming out tomorrow. If you missed yesterday's Budget Magic, it's a good one, so check that out. Of course, you can always just check out the replay if you missed anything there over on the replay YouTube. And one more shout out, of course, to our sponsor. How do I spell what? To our sponsor, Card Kingdom, by heading over to cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish, and even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one. Most importantly, thank you to all of you for hanging out and being awesome today. Y'all are amazing, awesome, spectacular, and I love y'all. Have an amazing Tuesday night. Have an amazing Wednesday, and we'll be back Thursday to play some more Magic and have some more fun. So until then, have a great one, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.